Hello, everyone. Jump scare. This music sounds so loud. Okay. Welcome in, everyone. My name is Bishi, and tonight we're playing some more Hollow Justice Dual Destinies. We're in episode 2, and we're in the middle of the first day of trial. We were supposed to be going on a 3-minute recess, which turned into 24 hours on my end, so we're back. Really, it's trial day 2 for me, but Apollo doesn't need to know that. Well, welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, Wolf, who's first, the epic fish of the day and receiver of a golden booty emote in the chat. And welcome in Panda and Ruuuvo. Ruuuvo. Can everyone here roll their R's? Not everyone can do it. Honestly, I can't remember if it was, like, proven that it's a, like, genetic thing or just practice, you know? I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. Oh, you can't. I'm gonna look it up. You can't either? Oh my god. How will you speak Espanol? Okay. We're already Googling stuff. It's not even been 5 minutes. Okay, is rolling R's genetic? Okay, it's not purely genetic. It is a skill. Genetics can play a minor role in how easily you can do it, apparently. I don't know how true that is. Okay, so y'all could learn. You could learn. Sometimes I can when I speak Japanese by mistake, but if I try to do it on purpose, it doesn't work. Okay. I end up just spitting? Oh no. Oh no. I can make exactly one single roll. Le. Like that, like ra. Oh, hold on. I've got a little thing on my screen. For some reason, my throne wish list alerts are broken. I've just noticed today, so hold on. Here we go. Okay. All good. I'll fix it later. Okay. Anyway, let's roll into episode 2. Is that one good? Was that a good one? I tried. Oh, I just tried, and I can kind of do it, but same as Wolf though. Okay. I bet if y'all practiced a lot, maybe you would get it down. Because I feel like when I first started trying to learn how to do it, I wasn't very good at it. And then now, you know. you know. April 18th, 10:40 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. You know, I've tried to help people learn how to do it. Like my friends and stuff, I've tried. But I don't think I'm very good at teaching. I'll try it right now, though. Why not? Let's see. So you have to breathe out. And the air going out of your mouth kind of helps your tongue do that. And then you have to put your tongue to the roof of your mouth, but not, like, touch the roof of your mouth. But it does touch the roof of your mouth. I just do it, so I'm trying to, like, figure out how to... So, the placement is kind of when you say da. Da 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 da. It's like in the same spot. So if you say da, da 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 da, where you touch the roof of your mouth, that's where you're gonna be touching it when you try to roll your R. Is this helping at all? I don't know. Oh, I can roll my R's, and I can do the back of the throat R thing in French. Okay, I don't even know what that is. Like, I can kind of imagine what you're saying. I didn't know there was a back of the throat R thing. We're all learning how to roll our R's, Zoe. I think I clenched my tongue too much and can't relax. Yeah, it can't be like stiff. You gotta loosen it up. I'm just trying to think of like ways that you can train your mouth to like try to do it. You know, like that's why I was saying like da, ra, da, ra, ra. What it feels like is your tongue is not totally flat. It's almost like making like a cup. But don't try to like make a cup. It's just like your tongue is not going to totally just be like a normal flat. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think of ways to explain it and help you guys. It's my mission now. Rolling our R's. I'm great at this. My Hispanic ass got this covered, right? You can definitely teach yourself how to do it, but it will take practice. I think the duh placement should help a little bit. You're breathing out. I don't know if it'd be easier just to be like or try to like say a word like carro, you know. I think it'd be easier just to try to get the R sound and not try to say a word. I feel like trying to say a whole word makes it more complicated. I don't know. Try both and see what helps. Not gonna lie, even as a native speaker, I don't think I could explain it either. Kawo. No, it's hard to explain. I'm trying to think of ways to like help someone try to learn how to do it that can't do it. I used to not be able to do it. I think I learned how to do it when I was like a teenager. Certain R's in French you pronounce with the back of the throat like in happy or heureuse. You pronounce it with the back of the throat thing. It's a skill. Yeah, I feel like a lot of language stuff, like I read just now that it might be slightly genetic, but I think it's mostly just you have to teach yourself how to do it. And the reason why it seems genetic is because if you grow up with a family that rolls their R's, because that's the language you speak, you're going to learn how to do it, to speak the language with your family, you know? Yeah, I think it's literally just practice and having someone that knows how to teach you explain it, because I'm trying and I'm struggling. Okay, let's play the video game. So yeah, we just went on the 3-minute recess. Oh wow, we have dialogue from yesterday. That's good. Yeah, oh, let's get the... Yeah, oh, I can do that. Yeah, try to say that over and over. Oh, I'm trying to like slow it down and like, okay, how can I explain it, you know? It's a very light touch to the roof of your mouth. You're not going to be pressing firmly. It'll be a gentle, like just kind of up in that direction. But you have to breathe out gently. You know what I can't do though, and probably a lot of you can. I can't whistle. And that's a skill, right? That's something you should be able to teach yourself. I can't do it. I think I've properly whistled once or twice ever, and I could not get it down. I couldn't do it. So yeah. Can't whistle. I can snap with one finger, with one hand. It doesn't work as well with this one. Okay, kinda. Okay, kinda, but this one's better. Can't whistle on command either. I don't know. I never learned how to do it. And people would try to teach me how to do it. Didn't do it. Where's Apollo notes? Here we go. I can make my tongue into a taco shape. I don't know if I want to show that. I don't know. Some people can do like a clover shape. That's crazy. Can barely whistle on command. Okay. A lot of us can't whistle. All right. I don't feel too alone. I could whistle well as a kid, and then I got braces, and once I got them off, I had to relearn how to whistle again. Wow. So probably you had to like change the way that you like formed your mouth to do it or something. Yeah. Like retrain the muscles. That's interesting. I would like to know how to whistle. Ruuuvo can whistle. I'm always like, when there's a situation where we want to whistle, I'm just like, Ruuuvo, whistle, because I can't. So I'll just tell them like, whistle. Like if we're trying to like make a little whistle at a bird, I'm like, you do it. Excuse me? I can never whistle while I twerk. Do 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 do. Whistle while you twerk. Well, that's too bad. Okay, Athena. He busted out of his shackles. But did he bust down? Yeah. What was that all about? Guess they don't make shackles like they used to. Better be careful, Apollo. You've really brought out the samurai in him. Especially after you proved there was a Tenma Taro impersonator at the manor. We need a Tenma Taro counter, I swear. What's with that guy and the whole samurai act anyway? Such fine swordsmanship. That is no mere act. Mr. Justice, it's high time I challenge this jailhouse prosecutor to a duel. No, wait! Let's save the dueling until after we prove your innocence. I suppose it could wait till later. Does anyone remember we're conducting a trial here? Athena, I'm gonna go wash up. Remember what Blackquill said, Apollo. Don't be late. He's gonna be late. He's gonna be late, huh? April 18th, 10:43 a.m. Courtroom, number 4. So dramatic. Tenma Taro drink. Oh no, if we had a drinking challenge for Tenma Taro mentions, we would all be going to the hospital. Tenma Taro, more like 10 million times mentioned Taro. Good one, Wolf. To be fair, I can only whistle while breathing it. True. True. But it's a whistle, ain't it? It sounds like a whistle still. I can't do it in or out. Doesn't matter how. I can kind of whistle, but it sounds like a whistle with a big hole in it. It's off key and low. Yeah, there was like, I think one time where, like, I think me and Ruuuvo were sitting there trying to get me to whistle for like an hour. And I was able to whistle like once or twice or something in that moment. And then I could never do it again. Like when I put my mouth in the whistling position and I try to whistle, like it's just air. I don't understand. Okay. Now then, I believe our next witness is going to whistle for us and teach us how to roll our R's. Miss Jinxie Tenma, a maid at QB Manor. I believe we can proceed now. The witness is ready, that is. Oh! What? Nuraihyun, leader of the 100 demons! He really does exist! Nuraihyun. Okay. Nuraihyun is a yokai that looks like an old man with the head of a xenomorph. Just old man, and then the cranium is like this long. Bald, of course. So she's calling the judge. He really does exist. Wow, that is one well-polished tray. A witness will show her face while in court, or her testimony will be inadmissible. Oh, what is it, my child? Be gone, Nuraihyun. Leader of the 100 demons! Oh ho ho, you think I'm a yokai? Well, I was once known as a judicial monster of sorts. The beast of the bar, the demon of due process, if you will. Ah! My charm has no effect! The demon of due process? Not sure I can see that one. There's the bird. Now, you little scamp. Yes? I trust you know why you're here. Bags? Bags? Oh, that tricksy tanuki? Try the noodle stand, and go enjoy a big bowl of tanuki tail noodles while you're at it. Everyone's a comedian. Well, he's not very funny, is he? No, I meant your bags. The ones under your eyes. You must have trouble sleeping. Well, takes one to know one, huh? Just calling him a xenomorph. Yep. The daddy of due process. You know, I could totally see this situation happening where there's like some famous lawyer or judge that's like a super hot older man, and people start calling him the daddy of due process. I can 100% see that happening, knowing the internet and how it is. I'm surprised it hasn't already happened. We need a new niche. We need hot older judges. How about hot older lady judges too? How about that? A little something for everybody. Sometimes my chest whistles if I strain myself too hard from working out. I might have asthma. That's not good. That's not good. Here, this charm will keep Azukiarai away. Azukiarai? The yokai that washes Azuki beans? The only thing needing washing will be your father's neck before I take his head clean off! Azukiarai often keeps people up at night with the noise he makes washing beans. What? Yokai are so funny. I'm gonna look it up. Oh my god. You know what's funny? Every time I look up a yokai, there's some, like, attractive anime character that's, like, based on the yokai. Like, the one I just looked up, there was some, like, hot anime guy that did not at all look like a xenomorph. And then I look up Azuki Arai, and there's, like, this hot anime girl with cleavage and a bowl of beans that she's washing. I swear to God. And then the traditional painting of the yokai is like this mischievous, like, creature man in a little basket washing beans, like. And yet they have this, like, hot anime girl. It's so funny. I know, red beans are so good. So good. Yeah. Often keeps people up at night with the noise he makes washing beans. But if you stick this charm on your forehead, you won't hear him anymore. Is that so? Well, thank you. Looks like Prosecutor Blackquill got more than he bargained for. They're bad enough alone, but together those two are just plain creepy. Your testimony, if you please, Miss Tenma. Specifically, whether or not you saw Tenma Taro when you discovered the crime scene. You know, the one where Tenma Taro was seen? Possibly. The one that looks like Tenma Taro? Did I see Tenma Taro in the fox chamber? Well, when I opened the door... I saw... Yes! Now I remember! Yokai! Yokai! Right there in that room! That's what he does. He washes beans. I love yokai. They can be truly hilarious. They can be so silly. I think there's a yokai that's just a wall that gets in your way. And it's whenever you have that feeling of like hitting a wall, like you feel like you can't move anymore. There's a yokai for that. I think there's a yokai that messes with your pillows. There's so many. I was actually reading this little like yokai encyclopedia, but I haven't finished it yet. I was renting it from the library. And I got like halfway through with it. And I learned a lot about the history of yokai and how they started and all of that. And I had just gotten to the interesting part where it actually like explains each yokai, and I had to give it back to the library, so I need to rent it again. Do we have any cryptids that are just silly? Right, a lot of our cryptids are creepy or threatening or scary, which a lot of yokai can be as well, but I don't know, yokai are just such a specific phenomenon where they range from that to just completely mundane, silly things. Basically just like mischievous spirits, whereas cryptids usually are scary. I don't know. Well, yeah, there's oh, what is it called? The something walker? That one's silly to me. I think it is creepy to some people though. Oh my god, a cryptid walker. Oh, what is it? The Fresno night crawler, not walker. It crawls. Sorry, my bad. To me, the Fresno Nightcrawler is silly because it's just like this little like white blob with legs that is like walking. I don't think there's anything really scary about those. So there was a so there was a yokai at the scene of the crime. Uh-huh. Lots. And lots of them. Lots of them? Wait, more than one? Did Temataro happen to be among them? She might be making things up. I'm gonna look up this one. I love the really cute, creepy, cute, weird ones like Bakezori, the sandal yokai. Oh my god. Is this the same one as the umbrella? Because the umbrella one's popping up. When straw sandals have been mistreated and forgotten by their owners, they can transform into sandal yokai called Bakezori. Oh my god. I like how yokai also has a tendency to kind of like personify objects too. Like, you know, there'll be like a living umbrella, a living shoe, a living wall, just things like that. It's some of them are really cute. One of my favorite is Shirime. Welcome in, Alfred. We're talking about yokai right now. Shirime. Oh my god, yeah, I've heard of this one. It's a yokai with an eye in the place of its butthole. What the heck? Yeah, I've heard of this one. Oh my god. Bishi, no, let me explain it. No, I've heard of it. I've heard of it. I like the umbrella one too. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that. They look like silly little guys. How's it going? It's going good, Alfred. We're talking about yokai. I was asking everybody if they could roll their R's, and then we were talking about who could whistle. I'm basic. I love Tengu. Tengu's the birds, right? Yeah, the bird demons. Or I guess they're human bird hybrids. I always thought they were just birds. I obviously have to like Tengus as well because they are bird-like. Of course. I don't know what my favorite yokai would be though. I'm still learning about yokai, honestly. Like I said, I didn't even finish reading that encyclopedia yet, so I think there was one I read about that I liked, and I can't really remember. Like, I think the wall one is funny. Let me see if I can find the name. Yeah, Nurikabe. Nurikabe. I just think it's so silly. It's just a wall. And one of the drawings of it just looks like a big... I don't know, looks like a big... Not a dog. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. I can't remember. But it just looks silly. I like it. It just looks like a big creature. Maybe it's meant to be like a lion. Bake Tanuki are also very cute. Like Tanuki? Or is it Bake Danuki? I'm seeing Bake Danuki. It's like those statues you see everywhere. Classic. More than one yokai. Did Tenma Taro happen to be among them? I don't know. I just don't know. All I know is the room was swimming in yokai. Kasha, Norikabe. Oh, Norikabe! Norikabe mention! Seto Taisho. Eee! They were all there. I'm gonna look all these up. I like learning about them. Let's see. Kasha yokai. Kasha is a bakeneko, a monster cat. They walk on two legs, as large as or larger than a human, and often accompanied by hellish flames. Said to steal corpses. Okay. And then Seto Taisho. A little soldier pieced together out of chipped teacups, cracked dishes, and utensils that have fallen out of... what's it say? Fallen out of household use. Yeah, a lot of yokai are just like things that people stopped using. That is so silly. Oh my goodness. Why would you be afraid of this little guy? That just sounds like a magical creature from a book. Yeah, Norikabe should be the wall yokai. Let me double tap. Yeah, Norikabe. Yeah, an invisible wall. Bakedanuki. Tanuki are real animals, but Bakedanuki are associated with it. Right, right. I can never remember if Tanuki are real. Because they're just... I don't see a lot of pictures of them. Like, I know they're real, but I often forget. I always think they're fictional. I wish Tsuchinoko was real. Wait, that's a yokai. Okay, sorry. I literally forget every single time this conversation comes up, but the Tsuchinoko is my favorite. God. Okay. They were all there. Well, this is an unexpected turn of events. We've gone from no yokai to a flood of them. This is ludicrous.
No, this is Patrick.
You would have this court listen to this delusional little scamp's testimony? You're... Your Honor, I believe her memory is simply clouded by fear, but a quick therapy session should ease her mind. With the court's permission, of course. What a fabulous idea. Please proceed, Miss Sykes. You sure you know what you're doing, Athena? She's obviously not herself. The trauma of discovering that crime scene and fear of testifying have her dazed and confused. A regular ball of confusion. But my analytical psychology-based approach should be able to help. Any objections, Blackquill? Shall we let Miss Sykes proceed? It makes no difference to me. Do as you will, but I doubt we shall get any viable testimony. She'd be better served by bearing witness to the sword skills I forged in a distant land. I'll show you. Show him, girl. Oh my god. Woo! Did I see Tenma Taro in the Fox Chamber? Well, when I opened the door, I saw... Yes, now I remember. Yokai, right there in that room. Oh my god. Oh yeah, okay, so the ones on the bottom are the little forgotten utensil soldiers. The one on the left is the wall. There's the burning cat monster. I guess there's usually a wheel too. And then there's the Tanuki one. And then there's these little goblins around too. Found something. Looks like an out-of-control emotion. Athena? What exactly are we looking at here? Tanuki just look like chunky raccoons. Yeah. I love Tsuchinokos. Tsuchinokos. Best yokai. Just a chubby snake. Love it. The judge is like, oh, thank God. Give this chick some therapy. Fix her mind. Tora Koishi are just fun little guys. Tora Koishi. Oh! Oh yeah, Tora is tiger, huh? Large stones with the legs and tail of a tiger. That's so cute! It's just a little rock with tiger limbs. What? Oh my. That's so cute. There's such cute fan art of it. Were her parents killed by a yokai or something? Why is she so scared of them? I think she just grew up very superstitious. Yeah, she is fully in, like, the yokai culture because she works in the Nine Tails Vale village where they're super, super superstitious. So she just believes all yokai are real and she's terrified of them. I know the little yokai party. Looks like a desert rain frog. Yeah, it does. Those are so cute. Oh, this? It's one of Widget's functions. Right here you can see images and emotions extracted from the witness's voice. Whoa, you mean that little thing can do all this? Pretty cool, huh? And here I thought it was just some kid's toy. Unfortunately, all I'm getting is an overflow error right now. See how sad is brightly lit there at the bottom left? She's under an uncontrollable amount of distress, which is masking her other emotions. It seems the sheer terror she experienced has made her a confused mess. So, all those yokai she thinks she saw are a product of rampant emotions? Yes, that's right. Her fear has instilled in her hallucinations and false memories. She's seeing normal everyday objects as monsters in her mind. It's a form of schizophrenic hallucination brought on by emotional trauma. My god. And the trauma in Jinxie's case is fear. I mean, she did stumble on a murder scene, you know, so she was, and still is, seeing ordinary objects as yokai. We'll have to find the root cause of her extreme fear before I can treat it. Now let's see. Apollo, can you point out the yokai on the Wheel of Fire? She seems particularly terrified of that one. Start by pressing probe. Next, point to what's causing Jinxie's out-of-control emotion. Finally, hit probe again to try and get to the heart of the matter. Okay, let's give this a try. Okay.
Got it!
Jinxie, what's the name for that yokai on a Wheel of Fire? That's Akasha, a yokai that steals the bodies of the recently deceased. I bet it came to steal the aldermans. It's almost creepy how well that fits the actual situation. Exactly. It's a form of hallucination where the patient can't see things for what they are. There must be something at the scene of the crime that she's mistaking for Akasha. Apollo, you need to point out what she thought was a yokai on a Wheel of Fire. I think I know the answer now. Jinxie, that wasn't Akasha you saw. Could you have possibly mistaken this for Akasha? Oh, probably the fox right here. There are a lot of scary things in here.
Take that!
And then maybe the chandelier's the wheel. This is what you mistook for Akasha. What? That thing? Oh, maybe they mean the chandelier. No? I'd never mistake that for Akasha. Really? You have to consider what Akasha looks like, Apollo. Think, brightly blazing wheel near the seal. Okay. All right. Let's give this another try.
Take that!
The light fixture? I would never mistake a scary fox sculpture on the wall for a kasha. Oh, but you mistook a fucking chandelier. Okay. At least the fox thing makes sense. This one right here. It has a flame design and is up there on the ceiling. There was never a yokai on a wheel of fire. The kasha you saw was just a light fixture. Okay. A fox and a cat are in different creatures entirely. Wow. Alright. My chat's betraying me now. That's one memory back to normal. Nice job. Now that you've got the hang of it, it should be a cinch to point out the rest. Jinxie, what about this white wall-like monster? That's Nurikabe. It's a wall monster that blocks your way or leads you astray. That's no yokai, Jinxie. It's a folding screen. And this raccoon dog isn't a tanuki monster. It's just the statue of one. And look, these are just coffee cups. And this right here, it's nothing more than a fox statue. I don't know what I was thinking! You did it, Apollo. Her extreme fear is under control now. It was all just my eyes playing tricks on me. There weren't any yokai after all. See? A clear-cut statement. That's the power of my psychology and your intuition, Apollo. And just like we thought, there were never really any yokai in the Fox Chamber. Right. There never really were any yokai there. So the defense is asserting the exact opposite of their original assertion. Wait, Jinxie? What about Tenma Taro? There wasn't anyone there dressed up as Tenma Taro, or any other yokai either. I remember it clearly now. You've gotta be joking! I wish therapy was this easy in real life, don't we all? Order! Order in the court! I remember an episode of Murder, She Wrote with this exact thing. A woman just remembered seeing a hawk flying at her when it was an image on the murderer's motorcycle helmet. Huh. I feel like adrenaline and fear can do some really weird stuff with your brain. I mean, I've always heard that thing even, you know, the longer it's been since an incident, the less reliable witness testimony is. And honestly, I think in general, witness testimony is not very accurate at all, unfortunately. And it's because of just stuff like that. Like, you'll misremember something, you won't remember something, you'll think you saw something that you didn't. I mean, the human mind is so complicated, but also not great all the time. It's interesting. I think we just dug our own grave. Allow me to push you on in. It's the least I could do. No! Apollo, can I interrupt your freak out for just a minute? I'm still picking up some noise. It's an unexpected emotion. Does that mean Jinxie hasn't remembered everything yet? Exactly. We should be able to get something else out of her. Didn't that plate break? I'll enter the new information we have and run an update. We have fear, and I think that's confusion? Or surprise? I don't remember. Well, it looks like it's the same emotion on all the pages. What'd she say? Oh, this beeping. Enter the new information we have and run an update. I mean, is this unexpected? So much beeping! Did I see Temataro in the fox chamber? I was so scared when I entered the room. My legs gave out and I fell to the floor. There in the fox chamber I saw the alderman dead on a table and Papa collapsed in a chair. Nobody else was there, and that includes Tenmataro. Okay, God, I was like, huh? Jeez. Can I interrupt your freak out? Me to myself when having a panic attack. Sorry, can I interrupt you for a second? Can we not? Right now. Happened to me once before. I thought someone hit me with a phone, but it was a house slipper. Nearly got that kid in major trouble. Oh. Yeah, because, like, I can see how you would do that, though, because they're kind of similar shape, you know? Welcome in, PC Man. Hello. We launched our product today, but one of the things we did was upgrade a part of our system from version 69 to 73. Sad day. So sad. Should just be version 69 permanently, you know? 69.1.2. Welcome in. Wait, what am I supposed to do? Try to find the emotions that contradict her statements. So if I find a contradictory emotion, I should point it out. That's right. But it's not just contradictory emotions you should look out for. You should also keep an eye out for sudden changes in an emotion's intensity. Her emotions might get stronger or weaker as you move from statement to statement. It's important to compare how the same emotion changes throughout the testimony. Contradictory emotions and changes in intensity. Okay, I'll give it a shot. I didn't know that second one. No, yellow's more intense. So now this one's more sad. Well, it just changes. Okay. Sorry about all the beeping. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, so we go from more sadness, and then kind of equally both, and then more so the fear. Here, it's more fear, but kind of equal. And then here, it's more sad than fear again. I guess I'll go with this one?
Got it.
I don't know. This seems like an unnatural reaction. I think this is wrong. Really? Because I don't see it that way. So it isn't unexpected given her testimony. Hello? Is there anybody in there? Just nod if you can hear me. Yes, there is someone at home, and that someone is going to try that again. Oh my god. Yellow is fear, right?
Got it.
Nope. I need to get this right, and then maybe I'll do better on the next one.
Got it.
I'm just gonna try different things till we get it.
Got it.
Okay, it was when the sadness was really low, when she was scared. Okay. Really? The amount of fear you felt is rather low, despite your legs having given out from fright. Could something have lessened your fear? Actually, I did experience a sudden burst of courage at that moment. You did? Where did it come from? Um, let me think. Oh, it was Mama. I suddenly felt as if she was there with me. Okay, I'll enter Sudden Burst of Courage. Now let's see. Ah, look. Okay. Next! Apollo, the noise is all gone. Jinxie seems to have remembered everything now. Okay. Oh, it sounded like a Pink Floyd song? Another band, I need to listen to more of their songs. You know, I did go and like listen to a bunch of songs from Ozzy, and I did know a lot of them actually, but I think it's just he's so famous. But yeah, I had actually heard quite a lot of them. I was like, oh yeah, I know this. Yeah, Pink Floyd is another band. I have heard a few of their songs. They're the ones that had that artist on the one track sing that like really pretty solo. That at first they didn't credit her, right? And then they had to kind of like retroactively fix that. There was a whole situation. Like she didn't get paid very much or something like that. Something like that. I think that was Pink Floyd. But anyway, that part of the song is really good. I know that one. I might know a few more too, but... A sudden burst of courage. Now, where could that have come from? Jinxie, was there something that gave you a sudden burst of courage?
Yes, there was, but, I realized I'd done something naughty when I thought about it later.
Any idea what could have given Jinxie that courage? Well, there is one piece of evidence that comes to mind. I wonder if she saw something like it at the scene of the crime. The flower? I don't know if there was a flower there. Jinxie, did your sudden burst of courage have anything to do with this? Yeah, I'm gonna say it's the flower.
Take that!
Jinxie, you didn't happen to see a nine-tails flower there at the scene, did you?
Ah, the demon lawyer strikes again! I can't hide anything from you. I found a small case with a picture of a nine-tails flower on it. I liked it so much I kept it.
Okay, so she stole. You what? You can't remove evidence from a crime scene. That's right, young lady. Removing evidence is a big no-no. Now, the witness will produce said evidence this instant.
Sorry.
It does seem to be some sort of case. Oh, look. Something slid out. It appears to be a key. Might I have a look, your baldness? Ah, this is none other than the master key to QB Manor. Are you certain of this, Prosecutor Blackquill? It matches the What a good bird. It matches the serial number of the key that went missing after the murder. Right. A master key that went missing? Why don't I like the sound of that? Our little scamp here has stumbled upon an article of unimaginable consequence. That's a little melodramatic, don't you think? Heed these words, for I shall say them but once. The sole key to the Fox Chamber has been in this little scamp's constant possession. Ergo, she was the sole person who could use it before, during, and after the murder. Okay. So she didn't see Temotaro at the scene of the crime. But she did steal a key with a flower on it. This was the master key that went missing after the Moira. Thanks, Bishy Shrimps, for Kiryu, Majima, women, and birds. That's pretty much it. Pretty much. Unfortunately, the versions are not something we control. Darn. Also taking Friday off because we've been pushing so hard for the past couple weeks. Yeah. I'm glad you get to take a day off. Rest up. Play some video games. Alright, she was the only one that had the key before, during, and after the murder. Which leaves the master key as the only other key that could have opened the chamber. But this master key was found in a room that had been locked by this girl. And your point is? Until Jinxie Tenma opened the Fox chamber with her key, the room had been locked tight from the outside world. And there was no one else in there save the victim and his killer. Okay, so I'm confused right now. So she had the master key before they were locked in there, but then the key was left inside the room, and then she got the key after the murder from inside the room. So she... Because they were saying earlier in the story that she had the key, right? So let me see. Yeah, the forbidden... No, that's the chamber door. Okay. Yeah, the chamber was locked and the daughter had the only key. The victim had a master key for all the rooms, but it went missing after his death. But the key was found inside the room with the victim, and she's the one that took it. So she had the key before the murder and left it in the room with them, I guess? There was no one else in there save the victim and his killer. I trust you figured it out for yourself by now. But yeah, we do have a locked room mystery. A killer other than Mayor Tenma himself would be utterly inconceivable. Well, here's the thing. There is a vent. There's a vent that goes from there to the hallway. So we still have something. No!
Objection!
How could this happen? The defense's assistant will refrain from growling her frustrations. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't. No! Athena, are you alright? I know Mayor Tenma's innocent, but there's nothing we can do.
This sucks.
Sykes, Dono. Allow me to put you out of your misery.
Can I decline your offer?
Abandon your client and your misplaced faith in him. Let the relief of a clear head and a clean conscience come rushing in. That will make the inevitable guilty verdict far easier to accept. Great. Now he's playing Simon Says with us. Well, he's not gonna fool us with his stupid mind games. Athena, don't fall for his tricks.
Now I'm the one who's dazed and confused. I can't even think straight.
Are you alright? She fell right into his trap. Now, I suggest you make a mad dash from the courtroom and into the wild blue yonder. Only by running shall your mind be cleared and your conscience cleansed.
Alright, I'll be back in 10.
Oh my god. Stay with me, Athena. Don't let yourself be twisted by that samurai.
Apollo?
Mr. Justice, I heard the word objection, but what is it you object to? Huh? Oh, right. That objection was more of a reflex than anything else. Though I was hoping something would come to me while I was trying to stop Athena. The court is waiting, Mr. Justice. Though as it stands now, I'll be forced to declare your client guilty and your legal skills suspect if this is it. Now, do you have anything that could overturn the prosecution's case? Well, actually I do! Do you? Do you actually, though? I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine.
Apollo, you do have something more than your cords of steel, don't you?
Not really, but we'll be fine.
But
I've got absolutely nothing. That's never stopped me before. I have to explain how the real killer could have escaped the locked room. Okay, well, there was a window. It didn't open very much. There's the vent, but it's like 8 or 9 feet above the ground. And there's the hidden chamber in the back of the room. Okay. Because it's all over if I don't.
Apollo, This calls for a new approach. Try to think outside the box. Or in this case, inside the box. And what a doozy that locked room is, too.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you have anything that can counter the prosecution's argument?
You bet I do. The real killer must have escaped from the locked room one way or another.
Vague conjecture shall only earn you a taste of my blade, Justice Dono.
Time to do or die. Literally.
The defense will now explain how it would be possible to escape the locked room.
Are you sure about this, Apollo? Can you really explain what happened?
I'm fine. We just need to think this whole escaping a locked room thing over from the beginning.
So, let's see. If the killer had escaped, how could they have done so? The choices are pretty limited.
Okay, we're gonna go through it together. That's good.
The room has a window, but it doesn't open wide enough for anyone to get through, and there's a sheer cliff outside. As for the air vent, it's up too high, and there's nothing you could stand on to reach it.
Unless he had like a rope, I mean...
And needless to say, the forbidden chamber wouldn't open no matter what we did, so that's out.
Okay. So how did... What were they saying specifically? How the killer could have escaped the locked room. Okay, how did the killer escape the locked room? So yeah, we've got the window is too small to fit through. And there's a cliff. The vent is too high and there's nothing to stand on. And then the forbidden chamber is locked tight. Okay. Yeah, that's why we gotta keep the solution simple. Like they say, simple is best. Okay? Simple. We need to rule out all of the absolutely impossible escape routes. Then, whatever's left just might lead us to how the Fox Chamber was compromised. Your Honor, the defense proposes that the killer escaped through here. I'm probably gonna say the air duct. I'm really stuck on that air duct. I mean, the window is the most accessible, but it's too small. If they just said there was a cliff, I'd be like, oh, well, maybe they were hanging on to the windowsill. But if it's too small to fit through, then I don't know what I can do with that. The mask was, like, tossed through the window, though. I think it's gonna be the window or the air duct. My thing, though, is the timeline is the girl finds the dead body. And then she's walking away to go to the phone to call 911. And then she leaves and goes to the staircase. And that's when the killer runs by her. So the killer was somewhere hiding. Yeah, it totally could have been the air duct. We just have to find a way for him to have gotten up there. Okay, I'm gonna try the air duct. To me, that makes the most sense from the beginning. A hallway door? Well, yes, I suppose that would be the only way out. Oh, that's not what I pointed at. It would appear you've already forgotten. The only available key until Jinxie Tenma came on scene was within that locked room. How would one exit the Fox Chamber and then lock it without a key? I should have seen this coming. Remember, Apollo, keep it simple. Simple, right. I could understand if the killer had exited the room with the key, but... Well, Mr. Justice, the prosecution has some fine Japanese steel waiting unless you explain yourself quickly. I'm fine. I can explain myself. The reason the Fox Chamber's hallway door was locked was because... Oh, okay, so we are saying the hallway door. Well, I meant to say the vent, but... I did think about the front door, too, a little bit. I was like, if it's not the vent, maybe the door. So the other possibility is that the killer never left the room. And he only left the room when he ran past the girl. Is another thing so maybe he was hanging out the window or hiding somewhere in the room. Emma locked it from inside. It locked on its own. The perp locked it from outside. It's definitely not the third one, because the key was found in the room. It's gonna be one of these. I'm trying to think about this logically and pick the right answer the first time, but I don't know. The only key until Jinxie came on scene was within the locked room. How would one exit the chamber and then lock it without a key? Okay, so maybe what happened was he goes in, does the killing, and then he leaves the room, hides in the vent, and then when she goes to call the cops, that's when he runs out of the vent. Because the vent is accessible in the hallway. It's pretty easy to, like, crawl into. But I might be getting ahead of myself. Because if I think of it that way, I would probably say it locked on its own. But if I want to go with Tenma was hiding inside the room, I would say this one. Like, maybe the vent is a red herring, but... like, maybe it has nothing to do with this case, you know? It locked on its own, but why would it lock on its own? I'm gonna go with my first instinct, which is it locked from inside. I'm gonna go with that one. Tenma, who? They make me say Tenma Taro so much, it's starting to lose meaning. Okay, Tenma locked it from inside. Okay, so we need to have some differentiation here, because if you're gonna say Tenma Taro's the killer, but then have the mayor named Mayor Tenma, there's gonna be some confusion here. So they're saying Mayor Tenma locked it after the killer fled the scene. That's not at all what I thought that was gonna say. Why would you say that? I thought they were talking about the killer. Tenma what? Tenma balls? I don't even know what that would mean. Tenma D's? Tenma where? Maybe the killer was just really tall. Ever think about that? Yeah, Udgy Judgy. Okay, I don't know where this is going now. I think this is wrong. Mayor Tenma locked it after the killer fled. Just in case the killer decided to return. That's not what I was trying to say. That would explain why the room was locked. Whatever. Yes, I see. Then again, wouldn't Mayor Tenma have mentioned that himself? Oh, maybe it slipped his mind because of that blow to his head? Ah! I'm gonna say it locked on its own. I have already considered and investigated such possibilities. You have? The mayor's fingerprints were not found on the door or the doorknob. The only fingerprints found belonged to the alderman. Ergo, the mayor did not so much as touch the door. Oops. I don't know if I should take that because... when it said Tenma, I didn't think it meant Mayor Tenma. I thought it meant Tenma Taro. Okay, then how about... I guess I'll go with it. Okay, it locked on its own. Maybe the door closed accidentally on its own. That's wrong. The killer will never be identified if we attribute key moments to mere chance. perhaps that spear just happened to fly off the wall and impale the alderman too. And perhaps that sedative just happened to make its way into his coffee. So we're gonna say he locked it from the outside even though the key was found inside the room? Okay. Mere chance could explain any number of things. Right. Next idea then. Okay, I would take that one, because that's my bad. But that first one was not fair. I got back from an ad break to Bishi saying balls. Okay. The perp locked it from outside. What if the room was locked from the outside? In other words, the killer took the key through the hallway door, then locked it. Youch! Consider this. The master key was found inside the tightly locked fox chamber. Any assertion... Oh, maybe these are all wrong. Maybe this is one of those moments where, like, because I pointed at the hallway, it's just not gonna go well. Because I didn't mean to point at the hallway door. I wanted to point at the vent. Any assertion that the key was removed from that room is a blatant contradiction of fact. Exiting the room before locking the door would require taking the key outside. But the key was found inside the room, which does seem like a contradiction. If only we could explain both. Like how the key could be inside the room and be used to lock the door from outside. Let's see if the defense can respond before Prosecutor Blackquill draws his sword. Maybe this was right. How could the master key... Okay. How could the master key be at the crime scene despite the room being locked tight? Change the lock? Come on. Slipped it in when the door was opened. Threw it in from outside. Well, these are both kind of the same, right? Huh. This is interesting. Okay. Slipped it in when the door was opened, threw it in from outside, changed the lock. So I'm assuming when the door was opened would be when Jinxie opened the door and discovered the scene. And then threw it in from outside. I don't think it's threw it in from outside. Maybe this is like threw it in from like outside the window. I'm gonna say this one. Welcome in, friend. How you doing? Looks like I missed balls. Just kidding. I know on this stream it's always time for balls. What gave you that impression? Maybe someone threw it in from the hallway when Jinxie opened the door? That would explain... Is that not it either? Is it the outside one? Perhaps we should ask the little scamp herself. When you opened the fox chamber, did you witness anyone throw the master key inside? It was... I said slipped through! Slipped it in, not through it!
Sorry, I didn't see anyone else there.
Oh. Okay, I'll take that L. What a pity. Or perhaps you intend to accuse the witness of murder? You leave me no choice. A penalty for random speculation and lack of foresight. Okay. How could have someone gotten the key into the locked room? Let's try that again. I guess threw it in through the window. What if someone threw it into the room from outside? You know, something like go out the hallway door, lock the room, and then toss the key back in through the window. That would explain how the master key could be inside the locked room. There's a cliff there. And where would you throw it from? There's a cliff outside the fox chamber's window. Throwing the key in from there is an impossibility. Oh, right. Oh, well, he could throw it in from the vent. I wonder if the key could have been tossed in from somewhere other than the window. From the vent. Yeah. Somewhere other than the window. Yeah, because you can crawl into the vent from the hallway, crawl, 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 and then toss the key in. And then you don't have to climb up. Okay, yeah, so this makes it very simple. So he went in there, did the murder, knocked out the other mayor, took the key, left the room, locked it so that it would seem like it was only the two of them, and then he crawled in the vent, drop the key into the room so it looked like it's a locked room situation, but it's not. Okay. I see. I have these little things on my glasses to keep them from slipping down my face, but when I wear headphones, they hurt so bad. I had to take it off. Okay. Put the cube and tossed in through somewhere other than the window. Okay, I guess I'm gonna say this because I'm... Where do I point? I pointed here and it thought I meant the hallway. Okay, I'm gonna say this end of it. Please work. The air vent. Yes. The window may be out of the question, but the air vent isn't. So here's the funny thing. I was gonna go with the vent when I was answering this earlier, and it accidentally said the hallway door. That it turned out to be the right answer. So, you know, happy accident. The window may be out of the question, but the air vent isn't.
Oh, that's right. The fox chamber's air duct leads out into the hallway.
That's right. The real killer entered the air duct from the vent outside the fox chamber, then dropped the key into the room through the vent inside the chamber. That's preposterous, but not impossible.
Ooh, that explains how the key got in there after it was used to lock the door perfectly.
Mr. Justice, I'm afraid I'm a bit confused. I usually am, but right now I'm really confused. Don't worry, I'll explain it so even Your Honor can understand. Damn. First, the real killer, disguised as Tenma Taro, murdered the alderman in the fox chamber. Then, they fled the room through the hallway door and locked it. Next, they entered the air duct from the vent outside in the hallway. Finally, the killer tossed the key into the room through the air vent in the ceiling. All that was left to do after that was go back through the duct and flee the manor. Well, Your Honor, could that be any clearer? Amazing! Even I could follow that.
The judge seems really pleased. That explains everything. The real killer was someone dressed up like Tenma Taro, and there was someone else other than the mayor and the alderman in that room.
Hey, looks like that lawyer's beating the jailbird prosecutor. Whoa, that was a total turnabout.
That massive forehead of his seems much more attractive now.
Order, order, I say. Now that I've proved a possible third party, I don't see how our client could be guilty.
Silence.
A valiant effort, Justice Dono. But your final thrust missed its mark. Huh? Final thrust? Both that little scamp and the tricksy Tanuki saw the yokai after it left the room. But then what? Did that irksome yokai simply go through the foyer and waltz right out the front door? But that's exactly what happened. The killer fled from the... Ouch! That's impossible. Without being spotted by the foyer security camera, that is. Are we gonna not talk about the fact that there's a door behind the camera and a perfect blind spot? Are we just conveniently ignoring the fact that there's a door where the camera can't see you right there? Okay. The electric eye here would have captured any pesky little yokai trying to escape. However, there's no sign of Tenma Taro anywhere in the security footage. What? Save for the foyer entrance, there is no other way to flee the manor, is there? Are we sure about that? I don't feel so good.
Wait, I believe there is one other way to escape besides the entrance. There's a large window in the foyer.
Oh, those are windows.
It's possible to escape through there without being seen by the security camera.
Hey, you're right.
Silence.
Must I point out every crucial detail to the defense? It seems you lack not only brains, but investigative prowess to boot. That is the cliff side of the manor. Okay, so the cliff is there. But someone did see Tenmataro flying. Maybe he was falling? The only killer escaping that way would be a dead one.
None!
Wait, so the killer didn't escape out the foyer window?
What the heck, right?
Ha! I suppose your next proposal is the killer sprouted wings and flew off into the sunset? Well, I do have photographic evidence of that. I believe that's just going to be the costume by itself or something like that, though. I don't know. That would mean the killer really was a yokai.
If only we had some sort of evidence that could point to a flying killer.
If only. Who's saying we don't? As completely far-fetched as it might be.
What? You're saying you can prove the killer could fly?
Or something like that. Whoa, I thought I was the one with the cords of steel. Oh, I can't wait to hear this. Your Honor? What evidence do you have that the killer flew away?
Take that!
Right here. Take a look at this special edition paper. Tenmataro, real or flight of fancy? What does this article prove, Mr. Justice? Can you look with your eyes? The photo in that article was taken shortly after the murder. Maybe the yokai in that photo is the killer shortly after they fled out of the window? Mr. Justice, you're not seriously suggesting... Oh, I'm serious. I mean, it all adds up. The killer, disguised as Tenmataro, flew away. You know, by some way or another.
Silence!
It is your brain that's flown the coop. That image is not but trick photography or some other form of artifice. Okay, then, how about the Tenmataro figure Mr. Filch saw? It just vanished into thin air? No, there's a rational, common-sense explanation for that. That infernal yokai, our tricksy tanuki witness, never reached the entrance. He, or should I say she, turned back before the camera's electric eye. She? I don't like where this is going one bit. Now, the fact that we know the yokai had come from the Fox Chamber means that it was likely either Mayor Damien Tenma or his daughter Jinxie Tenma. However, we know that Mayor Tenma was already unconscious at the time. Oh, not good. Not good at all. Do you understand the gravity of the situation now, Justice Dono? The falsified yokai remnants. And the appearance of Tenmataro were the work of one individual. And that individual is none other than Jinxie Tenma. So he's going to say she's an accomplice. Look how terrified she is. You really think she would do that?
Ah, no!
I know the faces they make. That one particular face where his mouth is like melting. Ugh. Order! The defense will stop competing for the greatest freakout ever. The little scamp was, no doubt, simply trying to protect her father. And it's no wonder that her superstitious mind conjured up this mad masquerade. Prosecutor Blackwell's assertion makes perfect sense to me. It's far more convincing than saying the killer escaped by flying out of the window. Did you truly believe this could end any other way? Did we fall right into his trap?
What do we do now, Apollo?
Case no longer stands without a real yokai. If only we had one. Bailiff, seize her. It's time I interrogated her as a samurai of yore would. Oh! Daddy's here! Mayor Tenma? This farce is over. How does it feel seeing your own daughter accused of a cover-up most foul? Tenmataro's true identity is... Now, Mr. Mayor. It would be futile at this point to claim you were the yokai. After all, you'd been knocked out cold by a blow to the skull. Slipping into a yokai costume and roaming about the manor would be all but impossible. Consider this well. As it stands, your daughter will be arrested for obstruction of justice. But if you confess, the prosecution would be willing to overlook her little yokai farce. Confess? The defendant intends to confess?
Wait! Follow! Prosecutor Blackwell's up to his mind games again.
Yeah, he's threatening the daughter. Mayor Tenma, no. Don't fall for his twisted words. If you're sent away for murder, Jinxie will be left all alone. The real killer is...
Mayor Tenma's gonna confess unless we do something!
But I can't prove how the real killer could have flown away. Ka, 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 ka! Look upon me in despair, for ripe is the time for my return. Uh-oh. I should watch what I wish for. Ka, 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 ka! Foolish mortals! I am Tenma Taro, the yokai you seek! Mayor Tenma? Silence! I am Tenma Taro, freed from the bonds binding me to the Forbidden Chamber. Behold the return of the Demon King! What the?
Demon King?
Well then, I think it's time for me to take a vacation! He's been possessed. The witness will, he will explain himself. Are you saying you're Tenma Taro, the yokai we've been chasing this whole time? Indeed, it is I, Tenma Taro, the one whom you seek, come to reveal the truth. This child is Tenma Taro, you say? Ha! What nonsense! So, Mayor Tenma is a yokai now? His body is now mine. So you're saying that Mayor Tenma is being possessed by you? And that the yokai that Jinxie Tenma and Phineas Filch saw? And the one captured in the newspaper photo? Those were all you? The accursed power of these warding charms prevents me from revealing my true form. Your baldness. Can this not be interpreted as an admission of guilt? Well, a confession by a yokai would be quite unprecedented. Be that as it may, the defense's case has been overturned. Huh? What? You claimed the yokai that little scamp saw was some third party, the true killer, the one who escaped from the locked fox chamber, but it was the accused all along. Ironic, is it not? Your yokai turned out to be real in a manner of speaking, for the alderman's killer is none other than Mayor Tenma. And the yokai at the scene? That too was Mayor Tenma, or should I say, our dear Tenma Taro. But we still have the same issue where he was knocked out cold, so... The pieces have all fallen into place. How so, Prosecutor Blackwell? It seems I must spell it out for you. Mayor Tenma killed the alderman in the fox chamber, which was locked. He then removed the warding charms from the Forbidden Chamber's door, but then fell unconscious from the blow the alderman had delivered to his head. That's when his daughter, Jinxie, stumbled on the scene of the crime. The little scamp fled in terror, whereupon the spirit of Tenma Taro, freed at last from the charm's warding effect, took possession of the mare. The newly freed Tenma Taro then fled from the fox chamber. So you see, the yokai Jinxie Tenma saw was her father, possessed by Tenma Taro.
Objection!
But Tenma Taro doesn't carry a staff, so why would he have that? But when we arrived on scene, the mare was found unconscious. How is it possible if he was supposed to have flown out the foyer window? Exactly. Then what? Do you mean to say the maid of Kyubi Manor, Jinxie Tenma, was Tenma Taro? No. Oh. Ah! That too is easily explained. Flew about for a time, did I, but presently tired, I made for the Forbidden Chamber. But alas, exhaustion took me unawares in the fox chamber, and I knew no more. It would seem the pieces are still in place. Is Blackwell up to his tricks again? I don't know what to say. Is the defendant a real, live... That rumor about Mayor Tenma's true? I knew yokai were real. You mean he really did kill the alderman just so he could release Tenma Taro? This is ridiculous. Accidental success still counts, of course. He does not know what happens to chat when somebody says thrust. This was also in an episode of Twin Peaks. I'm not kidding. I watched all of Twin Peaks. I loved it, actually. I think I know what you're talking about. It's like rain on your wedding day. Mayor Yokai interrupts what you say. It's the lawyer's advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought it figures? And isn't it Tenma Taro? Don't you think? Oh. Someone committed murder while possessed, so they look at the possessor rather than the possessee. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I remember. Such an interesting show. I would definitely recommend Twin Peaks to anybody who likes, I guess, like, true crime. It's very, what's the word? Trippy at times. Very, very, very symbolic. There's a lot of symbolic stuff that happens, metaphorical stuff. Definitely has some heavy topics, so I would look up some content warnings if you're concerned about that. But yeah, really good show. Me and Ruuuvo watched all of it, like, a few years back. We might have watched one of the movies, too. I think we watched the new season as well. See most of it through the second season, but haven't picked it up midway through season 2. Yeah, it's really good. I really loved it. And, I think we watched the newer season where everyone's, like, older. I think. I can't remember now. Order! Now he's got everyone in the courtroom believing in yokai. It's Simon Says on steroids. He wants to convict our client any way he can, even if it means blaming a yokai. The proverbial ducks are all in a row. You should now have no qualms about finding the accused guilty, your baldness. This is one of the most bizarre cases in my entire career. Otherworldly, in fact. Can yokai even be prosecuted under our legal system?
Objection!
Mayor Tenma is just pretending to be Tenma Taro to protect his daughter. Plus, I already proved how a third party could have escaped from the locked room. A verdict at this point would be premature. Since both sides have raised valid points, I've no choice but to—
Silence!
This is the dark age of law, where defense attorneys are not to be trusted. This is but a ploy to gain time for them to fabricate evidence. How will I sleep tonight? Knowing you will not let the sun rise on the mayor's day of reckoning, Justice Dono.
Objection!
I won't fabricate any evidence.
Silence!
Then prove it by joining me. A night in the clink will ensure you will not succumb to temptation. What? How about I just promise not to succumb to anything? We have both evidence and a confession. The killer is this yokai before us. It's beyond dispute. A guilty verdict is all but— What's wrong with him? Prosecutor Blackwell, we've had enough of your hijinks. The foundation of justice is fair play, and you are in serious violation of that. What in the devil was that? Fulbright, have you tampered with my shackles in some manner? It seems you found that quite shocking. It's my special jolt of justice device. Each press is a shocking reminder to behave. You shall pay for this. I, Simon Blackwell... Your Honor! You need not fear now. I believe Prosecutor Blackwell will remain on his best behavior. Bad dog, bad! Bit late with the reassurances, aren't we, Detective? Well, in that case... I like how he just tased him out of nowhere. This concludes today's deliberations. The prosecution and defense will use this opportunity to further their investigations. This court is adjourned. To be continued. I think we'll keep going. I think we're gonna be in investigation day 2 now. Okay, let's get back up to episode 1 or file 1. Yeah, investigation, yay! I like investigation days because you don't have to be incredibly intelligent. You just have to walk around and look at stuff. But hey, that wasn't bad, huh? I don't think I got very stuck at all yesterday and today, so pretty good. So we'll keep going for now. I like to stop when it says to be continued, but we're only halfway through stream. Not even, actually. We're only an hour and a half. And investigation days are not bad, so. But thank you for the clip. I put something in video games. Let me see. That's my stream on the TV. Panda has shared a screenshot from a game of her character watching my stream. I might have to put this in my fan art. My fan art slideshow. That's so funny. It's casually watching my stream. Second Life, right. I figured it was Second Life, but I wasn't sure. Alright. Next day. Let's go. I think more people who start talking like Sephiroth should be gently but automatically electrocuted. Talking like Sephiroth?
You will rue the day that you...
Just shock the choir too. Talking like Sephiroth should be a crime. Oh my god, April 18th, 1:20 p.m.
Having a yokai testify in court is unprecedented, to say the least.
I am Tenma Taro, the yokai you seek. How could such a straight-laced man like Mr. Tenma suddenly become a demon?
It's strange. Even worse, Prosecutor Blackwell is playing along. I can't even think straight anymore. I need to go out for a run. See you in a bit.
Wait, what about the investigation?
Whoa, whoa! Juicy, welcome back. Oh, you're in your stage outfit. Back from work? Yep, I really nailed this new magic trick I've been working on. I also heard about those tricks that were conjured up in court earlier today. You know, the demon out of nowhere trick and Polly's tightrope style defense trick.
I was seriously considering a disappearing act of my own after all that craziness. Anyway, our next trick is to find a suspect other than the mayor. I know the killer must have used the air duct in their escape.
And whoever did that was the Tenma Taro that Mr. Filch and Jinxie saw.
Right. Maybe there's some evidence in the air duct.
The real fight starts now. Before you go, let me make the evidence you no longer need disappear.
Oh my god, not the pantaloons!
3, 2, 1, ta-da!
Unnecessary evidence has disappeared into Trucy's magic panties. Why are the magic panties back? Okay. I wonder where all that stuff goes.
Okay, let's get over to the scene of the crime. Vamonos, Apollo, vamonos!
The magic panties. They're back! Oh, we're back here, too. Okay, April 18th, QB Manor, in the Fox Chamber.
Detective Fulbright, mind if we search the air duct?
I guess so. Well, since you really are on the side of justice, I suppose I can let you. Plus, my own sense of justice has been called into doubt, so...
Wonder if he's been like this ever since the trial.
Well, his sense of justice has been beaten to a pulp. It'll probably take a while for him to recover.
I sort of feel bad for him, but we have work to do. Let's go get the evidence we need.
The air duct is the key. We know the Tenmataro impersonator used it to make an escape. After murdering the alderman, the killer left the Fox Chamber through the hallway door. Then, after locking the door from the outside... Right, let's actually write this down. Because I know I'm not going to finish this case today, so I'm going to need this for next week. Okay, so the Tenmataro costume wearer, the real killer, killed the victim, knocked out Mayor Tenma, then used the master key to lock the door behind him. So it seemed like a locked door mystery. Then went through the air vents and dropped the key into the room. So now we need to prove how Tenmataro copied the Pakagi. Escaped the room. So they couldn't go through the foyer door because of the camera. There's windows behind the camera, but a cliff outside is all we know for now, I think. Yeah, and then we have a photo of Tenmataro flying. Okay, I think that's pretty much what we got. Why are magic panties a thing? Oh my god, I can't remember. She has some kind of like a magic act having to do with the panties. I think she makes stuff disappear into them, like what she just did, or something like that. And there was a whole case where we kept talking about the magic panties over and over again because some creep had stolen them. And we had to find them for her and get them back. That was in the first Apollo game. Oh my god. Come back from ads and it's Trucy's magic panties. Never change, Ace Attorney. Never change. I've been playing Second Life for 14 years. Wow. Been attached to my avatar, so he would be honored to be a part of your fan art slideshow. Yeah, definitely. I will add that in. When I remember. I'm always forgetting. I always, like, remember after a while, like, maybe a week or two later, I'll be like, oh yeah, I gotta add that. Actually, let me make a note, too. Fan art. There we go. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Oh, I'll do it. I wasn't even typing. Okay. I'm glad you got my reference. Okay. Then after locking the door from the outside, the killer entered the air duct in the hallway. Finally, the killer dropped the key into the Fox Chamber through the air vent here. Then went back through the air duct and fled to the manor. Yeah. That's how the illusion of no one entering or leaving the locked room was created. Okay. Got that. If the killer passed through the air duct, maybe we'll find some evidence there. Maybe some black feathers or something like that. Well, here's our vent. It's awfully high up. Don't worry, I brought a stepladder. Happy hunting! Oh, not the stepladder. How nice of her to volunteer me for the job. Oh, they're not gonna talk about the ladder versus stepladder? Whoa, It's pitch black in here. Well, here goes nothing. There's a thick layer of dust in here. Why don't we have a flashlight? You could be messing up evidence right now. I don't get it. Find anything? Yikes! Apollo, what happened? You're covered in dust. Yeah, dust. Lots of dust. So what'd you find? You know how dust collects on something when nobody uses it for a long time? Yeah, like Mr. Wright's desk back at the office. Right. You think it'd be possible to crawl over that sort of dust without leaving a trail? I seriously doubt it. Wait, you're not suggesting no one's gone through that duct lately? Kinda looks that way. Oh, God. And if it's true, Mayor Tenma's gonna be fingered as the killer. But we don't turn the things around quickly. If we don't turn things around quickly, in justice we trust! Ah! Ha ha ha! Sorry, Mr. Justice, but it seems your justice was not the most just after all. It is my sense of justice that has prevailed. Ugh. Detective Fulbright sure seems chipper all of a sudden. Ugh, and I'm back to my old devastated self. Oh, come on. Where's that never say die spirit? Bring it on, Mr. Lawyer Man. Bring it on. Let me suffer in peace. Ha ha ha. Justice prevails once more. It's not over yet. Besides, kicking someone when they're down is what bad guys do. Ah! Are you calling me a bad guy? Me? Bobby Fulbright, champion of justice? Then how about some information on the investigation? We need some help here. Information? About the investigation? All right. But I won't have you calling me a bad guy ever again. Understood? We did it, Apollo. Yeah, but how long can we keep this up? Okay. Do-do-do. I wonder if this is his theme. Mayor Tenma's gonna be, what? You heard me. Must they say it like that? They say it like that all the time. All the time. They say that so much. Just a few days ago, I finally saw the original video that the sound is from. Oh, the G-Light B-Light. Never would have thought he was saying Jelly Belly Gummy Candy. Yes! You've never seen the full video except for a few days ago. That is so funny. Scoppy, the Pakagi. G-Light B-Light. Oh my Candy. Rat-tie. I forget how he says the last part. It's a Jelly Belly Gummy Candy rat. And he escapes the package. Okay. I loved that video when it first came out. I can't believe Prosecutor Blackwell would stoop that low. I mean, to pinning the blame on a yokai? He really wants a conviction at all costs. She could give a yokai a run for its money when she's mad. Yes, well. I have him writing a self-reflective essay as we speak. I doubt that'll teach him anything. Yeah, he'll probably just write Doddard 1,000 times. That whole yokai business is most likely a ploy to win a conviction. Truth is, Prosecutor Blackwell believes Jinxie Tenma planted that yokai stuff. Planted it in an effort to protect her father, the real killer. Yeah, right. I'd like to see him prove it. Whoa, calm down. He doesn't have any direct evidence, but we did find this. Oh, the staff. It was at the base of the cliff, just outside QB Manor. Well, that should help us. Wait, that isn't the staff Tenma was supposedly carrying, is it? The one and only! Miss Tenma, no doubt, tossed it over the cliff when she was done. Well, this is important. Okay, so Tenma Taro's staff found at the base of the cliff. That supports our claim that he, like, flew out the window. Maybe he had a parachute, I don't know. No way.
Well, what about Prince?
Nope, no prince. But if she was wearing a costume, there wouldn't be any anyway. Well, prince or no prince, it's not going to work in our favor. Sounds like the staff might have belonged to the mansion. But if that's the case... then where in the mansion did Temotaro get it from? Okay. I like this song. Oh yeah, the word rat is the only thing he can't say. We're right. Pete Rat can die. That's what he said. The staff is from the mansion. Where in the mansion did he get it? Okay. Did Prosecutor Blackquill figure out that the victim was the amazing Ninetales? He did indeed! He's a sharp one, all right. He figured it out while investigating the municipal merger in the victim's past. The amazing Ninetales sparked the yokai craze and worked against the merger. And Mayor Damien Tenma is the corrupt politician who murdered that great hero. The amazing Ninetales' fans are so angry, they even tried to storm the detention center.
I don't blame them. I mean, their favorite masked wrestling hero was murdered. They must have been shocked when they found out what happened.
Speaking of which, isn't Jinxie also a fan of the amazing Ninetales?
A wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. He would never unmask himself in front of others. But there are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself.
She spoke with a passion that only a fan could appreciate.
We ought to become fans ourselves and go protest in front of the prison.
What? No! Did you forget that Mayor Tenma is not only Jinxie's father, but our client?
Oh yeah.
You be careful now. You're defending the most hated mayor in history. I just hope you don't find yourself on the wrong end of a figure 4 leg lock. Maybe I should wear a mask to hide my identity. Are there any other new developments we should know? Now that you mention it, our suspect is suffering partial memory loss, but he did manage to remember something. He did? What did he say? He said he didn't want to speak with us. His exact words were, "I am under no obligation to speak with you mortals." And other things of that nature. I wonder what Mayor Tenma remembered. Too bad you can't go ask him now, because Prosecutor Blackwell's busy questioning him. I know. Why don't you wait down at the playground with the rest of the kids? What now, Apollo? How about regrouping back at the agency?
Good idea. We might get some words of wisdom out of Mr. Wright while we're there.
Mr. Wright! Okay, we're back. Maybe I'll go read over some past cases.
And I'll go do some research on exorcisms. Hey, what's with you guys? You seem bummed out.
Oh yeah, I need to write down that the vent was not used. Covered in dust. All right. Ooh, this case is changing. How should I put this? It's like we're at the edge of a cliff and the only way is down.
In other words, business as usual, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. Except this time, it's like we're bound and gagged, too.
Don't forget blindfolded with our ears plugged up. Ooh, and monsters at every turn, huh? Sounds rough.
Hey, Apollo. Oh, and Athena's here, too.
Mr. Wright.
There he is.
How goes the investigation, Apollo? Athena?
I think it's safe to say that things have gotten hairier than before.
Really? What happened? I was watching the two of you this morning from the gallery. That was one tough day in court, to say the least. I know. I never had to defend a yokai before. Yeah, he really got a glow up. That business about the locked room was another major hurdle.
Yeah, and on top of that, Jinxie was accused of being an accomplice.
But at least you figured out how someone could have escaped that locked room. Yeah, well, we just found out that our reasoning might be a tad flawed. Really? Well, that's bad news.
How are we going to get out of this one?
The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles.
Force a smile?
Yeah, my mentor taught me that, back when I was still learning the trade. She also taught me to return to the basics whenever I got stuck. Return to the basics? That's right. Always believe in your client, no matter what happens. That's a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. The basics. Always believe in your client, huh? Okay. Well, before we keep going, we're about halfway through with the stream. So I'm gonna go take a little break. I should be back pretty quickly. Maybe in about 5 minutes or so. Here comes the boy. Yep. And here goes the streamer on a 5-minute break. BRB, y'all. All right, we're back. More Apollo. I had a little snack. A little snack. A single cheese stick. All of my snacks are just what you would pack for elementary school, I swear to God. Okay. I almost forgot about Daddy Papa. Alright. You and Athena. So, Mr. Wright, how long have you known Athena? I met her during a trip to Europe. Huh? You were in Europe? Why haven't I heard about this before? Yeah, I went there a few times to study the various legal systems over there. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I thought you worked as a pianist after you quit practicing law. I did. But an old friend of mine needed help with some legal work from time to time, so... Oh, I guess you were never very far from the courtroom then. Maybe is this about investigations?
It was like fate brought us together. It's thanks to Mr. Wright that I became a lawyer at all.
I knew she was lawyer material from the moment I met her. And I have high hopes for her ability to analyze people's emotions.
Ah, it's nothing special.
Maybe I've underestimated that analytical psychology of hers.
It's just, I thought that if my special ability could help defend innocent people, then I had to do everything in my power to bring it to the courtroom. That's when I really started hitting the books hard.
I'm still amazed she actually became a lawyer. And at the tender age of 18, no less. That's almost superhuman. Or personal, like she's trying to help somebody she knows.
All right. I'm totally pumped up after talking to you, Mr. Wright. It's like you said, the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles.
And don't forget to return to the basics whenever you get stuck. Keep believing in my client. Right. Mr. Wright? Yes? I'm going to go visit our client again. I think that's a good idea. Alright, time to see what's new down at the detention center. I figured that was next anyway. Who won the books or Athena? I don't know, she might have a mean right hook. I mean, look at that, look strong!
Mayor Tenma, we wanted to talk to you about something.
Gotcha! So, my minions have returned.
Apollo, he still thinks he's a yokai.
I wonder if we'll ever be able to talk to Mayor Tenma again. Silence, peddler of the legal trade! Free me from these imprisoning walls with great haste!
Wow, he's sounding more and more like a real demon with every sentence. I'm starting to wonder if we should even be helping him with his freedom.
Still, we can't let Mayor Tenma stay possessed, you know what I mean? If you can clear me of these charges, I shall help in whatever manner I may. Now ask of me what you will. I suppose it's worth a shot. What's that? What is this? Were those feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime really your doing? Indeed, the remnants of Tenma Taro, king of the underworld they be. The day when I once again dominate the mortal world is at hand. Kaka!
The prosecution claims the feathers and tracks were planted by Jinxie.
What's this? I must breach these walls and go defend my little Jinxie at once!
Huh? Mayor Tenma, is that you?
Grr. Well now, Damien appears to still reside within this body, but I should have expected as much from a descendant of mine. Be silent now, Damien. I guess a little thing like demonic possession won't stop a father's love for his daughter. You didn't kill Alderman Cuby, did you? I have killed no one. The remnants of my presence have been misconstrued. The murderer is not I, for if I had slain that mortal, raging hellfire would have consumed him. Yikes. So you're saying there must have been somebody else there? Come to think of it, the mayor had mentioned that he'd been clubbed with this statue. I'd better ask about this too. Detective Fulbright mentioned that you might have something new to tell me. Indeed, I have. I regurgitated this key but a short while ago. Regurgitated? Behold, the key to the Forbidden Chamber. Whoa, is regurgitation one of your demonic powers too? Bah! I do not waste my powers on such parlor tricks. Take the key from the killer, did Damien, whereupon he swallowed it. Okay, he took the key from the killer and swallowed it. He sought to bar the killer entry to the Forbidden Chamber. So he wanted to keep it shut tight? But no fingerprints shall you find upon that key. How do you know that? Wait, is that another one of your demonic powers? Foolish mortal! You would have me, Tenma Taro, act as some asinine alchemist? I but asked the jailer, and my will was done. Quite eagerly, I must add. Caca! Always an honor to serve, your malevolence. Guess I'm not the only one he scares the living daylights out of. Can we ask how you use this key? Okay, so we have a new key. So, Damien remembered that he had a key. He took it from the killer and swallowed it and has now coughed it up, so to say. The key is for the Forbidden Chamber. No prints. We couldn't find a keyhole anywhere in or around the door. Curse that infernal door. But if had I known its manner of opening, long, long ago would I have made my return.
He has a point there.
Maybe Jinxie knows something about how the whole thing works. Okay, we got a new key. The key that the mayor took from the killer and swallowed. No fingerprints. Alright, so now we gotta go see Jinxie. He didn't dookie the nookie, did he? No! He said he regurgitated it. Oh, no, yeah, which end did it come out of? Okay, maybe she's in the garden? Nope. The foyer? Nope. The chamber? Nope. Oh, show the statue to Mayor Tem- Oh, okay. I'm glad it just tells you now. Because I completely forgot we were supposed to do that. What, might I ask, is that? This statue was found at the scene. Someone hit Mayor Tenma over the head with it. It had been wrapped in a large cloth before the alderman's murder. Let me see whether Damien knows about such a thing. Yes, something wrapped in just such a cloth does he recall. A secret gift from Alderman Cuby, it would seem. He, however, had not a chance to see it till now, for the cloth did conceal it. Oh, it was wrapped up because it was a gift. Maybe the cloth fell off or was removed after the mayor was struck. Of that Damien does not know. A secret gift. Interesting. Maybe Jinxie knows something about it. I should question him about the blackmail letter, too. Let's see what he says when I show it to him. Oh, okay. Then just directly telling me what to do. Okay. Okay, so then the statue used to hit Damien was a secret gift from the victim. Damien didn't see what it looked like because it was wrapped. Okay. Why, this is that accursed blackmail letter that was sent to Damien. Apparently, somebody slipped it into the alderman's pocket. We believe someone, probably the killer, stole it from Mayor Tenma's briefcase. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? You have questions, do you? Very well, ask away, mortal. Okay. Who placed this in the alderman's pocket? Very few were they who knew the letter was in Damien's briefcase. So, whoever knew about the blackmail letter being in the mayor's briefcase is a potential suspect in its theft and placement in the alderman's pocket. Ah. Could it have been his doing? Mm-hmm. Mr. Mayor, I mean, Mr. Taro, did you just remember something? Indeed I did. There was but one other who knew of that letter. Damien's aide, Florent Labelle. There's our connection. Full knowledge of that briefcase's contents did that aide possess. And he may be the blackmailer and the murderer we're looking for. That is preposterous. He's a most trusted advisor. He would never betray Damien. It seems like Mayor Tenma's a bit too trusting of those around him. Still, this is huge. Now we know who might have slipped that blackmail letter in the alderman's pocket. Look out, Florent Labelle. Here comes justice. Let's go find Mr. Labelle and rake him over the coals. Thanks for the help. You've just given us a major lead. Blackmail letter updated. The threatening letter sent to the mayor. It's highly likely that it was Labelle who took it from the mayor's briefcase. Okay. So, the blackmail letter taken from Damien's pocket or not pocket, sorry, Damien's briefcase and put in the victim's pocket. Only Labelle knew it was in the briefcase. So that's our connection for him to be the murderer. Okay. There's something that still bothers me. If Mr. Labelle is the killer, what could have motivated him to open the forbidden chamber? We should probably search it for clues. Only one problem. How do you open a locked door that doesn't have a keyhole? Let's go talk to Jinxie. Maybe she can help. Okay, I think we should talk to Jinxie first, right? Yeah, Labelle will be last. I guess she might be in the chamber now. No. She's usually on the street. I just noticed even the little lantern is a yokai too. Hey, isn't that... You dare imprison me? Jinxie! She's acting really strange. That loathsome, no-good, nine-tailed fox. He shall know the terror that is mine in despair. Grr, grr, you shall pay. Oh, you shall pay dearly. All of you. Jinxie, are you alright? Ah! Ah! Oh, is that you, Mr. Demon Lawyer? Morning, Jinxie. Morning? Isn't it already past noon? And what am I doing here? Last I remember, I laid down to take a nap back at the manor. Oh no, it must have been the Makura Gaishi. Makura Gaishi. The whole family's getting possessed, yep. Makura Gaishi. A kind of Zashiki Warashi, a child ghost which haunts specific rooms of a house. They would come at night to one's pillow side and flip over the pillow. They are also considered to change which direction your head or feet are facing. See, like, they're not doing anything bad. They're just flipping pillows and flipping people around. Hate when I get Makura Gaeshi, yeah. Oh, I hate that. So inconvenient. I mean, flipping a pillow, it's like, oh, you're just flipping it to the cold side of the pillow. Thank you. I appreciate that.
It must have been the Makura Gaeshi.
Makura Gaeshi?
Ever wake after a restless night's sleep to find your pillow in an unusual place?
Yeah, it's probably from you shifting all the time.
Or that you've been sleeping on the floor or in the hallway? Well, it's that yokai's fault. The Makura Gaeshi preys on people while they're asleep. And it's definitely not sleepwalking.
And you may wake up with a front butt. What? Sounds like you just need to be tucked in really tight, or maybe a snug sleeping bag.
Jinxie, how come you don't have any charms on your forehead? I don't? Oh, they must have fallen off. Without them, evil things can creep into me.
I'd say we had a more than adequate demonstration of that just now.
I'd better reapply them.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Jinxie, there's something we wanted to ask you.
Ah, there was something I wanted to tell you too. I remembered something else.
You did? What was it? Jinxie, can you tell us what you remembered?
Well, after the trial, I remembered lots of stuff. But there was one thing I thought was really weird.
I'm almost afraid to ask, but here goes. Really? What?
It's about the yokai feathers and tracks. They weren't there when I first opened the door.
Wait, what? Are you sure?
Uh-huh. My memory's crystal clear now.
So you're saying they were left at the crime scene after you found it?
This could spell major trouble, Apollo.
Why?
Because Jinxie's already accused of leaving the feathers and tracks at the scene. If they weren't there when she discovered the crime scene, it will totally fuel the claim that she fabricated the evidence later on.
But here's the thing. If she did it, she would know that saying this will make her look worse, so why would she say it? You know? Why would she tell about that if it makes her look bad? She could have just lied and said, yeah, I was there the whole time. Okay, so Jinxie saw the black... Oh, wait, I'm gonna say didn't see. Didn't see the feathers and tracks when she first opened the door. That is an interesting fact, though. That's gonna kind of change how we think about where the killer was. So the killer was probably outside the room, waiting for her to unlock it. Okay, wait a second. I just thought of something. If the room was locked and the only key was found inside the room, how did she open it? Like, how did she get in there? Unless I'm not understanding some of the stuff they've told us. But to my understanding, she had the master key. And then when the men were in the room, they left the key in there and she left. And then she later came back. I don't know. This is just kind of weird. Okay. I'm not going to think about it right now.
Ah! Jinxie's fuzzy memory of the whole incident is really working against us. The prosecution will probably say she doesn't remember planting the evidence. Good luck rebutting that.
Rebutting?
Oh man, this is not good.
Not good at all. I sure hope she didn't plant the evidence while she was sleepwalking or something. I don't think she would do that. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to know how to open the Forbidden Chamber, would you? That door doesn't even have a keyhole.
Well, it's supposed to have a secret mechanism. They say you have to figure it out before the keyhole will appear.
A secret mechanism? Really?
Uh-huh. It's hidden in the Fox Chamber. But only Alderman Cubie knew what it was and how it worked.
The Alderman of Ninetailsvale sure loved his secrets.
Hollow, let's go see if we can find that secret mechanism.
Are we gonna release the spirit? Whoa, slow down. There's something else I need to ask about. Jinxie, is there only one key to the Forbidden Chamber?
Uh-huh. Even the Manor's master key won't open it. That's because it's a very special room that must never be opened.
Guess that means nobody entered the Forbidden Chamber after the murder. After all, we know Mayor Tenma took the key from the killer and swallowed it, so... I'm just gonna literally write this word for word. Nobody entered... It's always kept locked. And the key to open it was swallowed by Damien. And then the victim was the only one who knew how to open it. Okay. Rebutting. I wonder if this town is based on Fukusaki, a town in Japan where they have yokai sculptures all over town. Yeah, I've heard of that. I wonder if it is. I really like this case so far, honestly. Much better than the first, like, tutorial case. That one was just ridiculous, but this one's, like, interesting. I'm not getting stuck too terribly on anything. And I really like all the yokai imagery and stuff. So the mayor's efforts to keep the killer out of the Forbidden Chamber were not in vain. Okay, he updated. The key that the mayor took from the killer and swallowed. There's only one of its kind. Okay. Okay, so the only key to open it was swallowed. Got it. So now we gotta go try to open it. And then confront LaBelle. Right? Oh, I'm gonna show the frickin' statue to Jinxie. I keep forgetting to show this statue to people. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay.
Alderman Cubie made that statue. It's a token of goodwill. I think it was meant to be for Ninetailsvale and Tenma Town.
A token of goodwill? But the two yokai are fighting.
Fighting? Oh, I see what you mean. The cup portion is missing.
Oh? Yeah, there's a missing arm, isn't there?
This statue.
Oh.
Oh. Originally depicted the two yokai holding up a cup in celebration. But it sure doesn't look that way now, does it?
Oh, wow. Maybe it broke when it was used to hit Mayor Tenma on the head.
That would explain it. I guess the only two people who knew what it really looked like were the alderman and I. Now it's just me, but its symbol of goodwill will be forever etched in my mind.
Okay, the Fox and Demon statue updated. Token of goodwill made in secret. Jinxie is now the only one who knows what the original looked like. Interesting. So is there anything else we should know about?
No, that's about it.
Oh. Liar! My bracelet is reacting. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to be... Injustice we trust! Yikes! Ah! A ghost! Oh! Detective Fulbright, what are you doing here? I have business with this young lady, if you must know. Prosecutor Blackwell has asked me to question her.
Question me? Sorry, not interested.
Are you here to ask about that whole yokai affair? That's right. Specifically, we want to ask... Ah, but I can't tell you that now, can I? Ha 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 ha!
Oh, come on, please. We're partners in justice, right?
No. Prosecutor Blackwell specifically told me my questions were of the utmost justice. I will not fall for your lies. In justice we trust!
The twisted samurai sure has him on a short leash. So you're not a ghost? Maybe some sort of urban troll, then?
Now, come along, Miss Tenma. To the station with you! Okay.
He took her away.
Missed my chance to see what she was lying about.
Well, at least we found out there's a secret mechanism for opening the chamber. Let's go check it out.
I just hope they let us in now. Okay. I know that statue was so cute. Before they broke it. Alright, hold on. So, alright. I need to write down for next time. Jinxie was lying about not having anything else to tell us. We also have Jinxie is the only one who knows what the gift statue originally looked like. Because not even Damien knew. Okay, so we don't have like a new image. Okay, so I'll just describe it. So originally the yokai were holding a cup up. Or it broke. Yeah. Okay. Oh! There he is.
Oh, what an absolutely fabulous scent.
Was his hair always blue? His hair was not blue before. No, he was blonde. What happened?
I'm so glad I have these carnations imported from England. Nothing but the finest will do. Perhaps I should place one aside for our dearly departed alderman.
Hey, it's Mr. LaBelle. Apollo, let's ask him about you-know-what.
Oh yeah, before we search the Fox Chamber, we should ask about the blackmail letter.
Why, if it isn't the mayor's little lawyers, what do you want with me?
Oh, there's something we wanted to ask. Where's that ringing coming from? Is this phone in his suit? You'll have to excuse me.
Hello, LaBelle here.
What the? Those things on his shoulders are cell phones?
Yes, about that. You must forgive me. This whole matter with Mayor Tenma has been a complete nightmare.
Where do you buy clothes like that?
I think he made it.
Surprised? This is my own special design. I knew it! It's the ultimate in functional beauty.
Functional beauty? Are you sure about that? Looks a bit unwieldy to me.
You simply don't have an eye for beauty.
If having an eye for beauty means looking like this guy, I'd rather be blind. Wow.
So, what do you want with me? What did you see, Demodaro? Not gonna lie.
No, it is good.
So cunty of him.
No, that's what I call innovation. Both Jinxie and Mr. Filch said they saw Tenma Taro. But what about you, Mr. LaBelle? If you were in the foyer, why didn't you see—
Very well, I admit it! That's right. I, Florent LaBelle, saw the demon Tenma
Taro. So he did see something. Then why did you lie about not seeing him?
I was simply trying to protect dear little Jinxie.
Protect Jinxie? What do you mean?
Why, don't tell me you haven't heard of that strange little habit of hers.
Which one are we talking about?
The one where she wanders around making mischief without knowing what she's doing. Rumor has it she's possessed by Tenma Taro.
That one's new to me.
Well, there you have it. Anytime you hear about a Tenmataro sighting, little Jinxie should be your prime suspect.
Tell us more about that rumor.
Okay. He may have killed someone, but I can't argue against revolutionary fashion. Many villains are extremely fashionable. So, what was that rumor about Jinxie?
They say she's possessed. Not all the time, of course. It hits suddenly. Then she starts wandering around doing strange things.
Is that so? Although, come to think of it. Yeah, literally 5 minutes ago.
That loathsome no-good nine-tailed fox. He shall know the terror that is mine in despair.
That certainly would explain how she was acting earlier.
Once, she even put on a Tenmataro costume and wandered around the woods at night.
She did? I wouldn't trust this guy as far as I could throw him. Ugh, I wish I'd never asked. Does she remember anything while she's possessed?
Unfortunately, no. She doesn't seem to remember a thing during these episodes.
Memory loss during possession.
Come to think of it, her memory of the murder scene was quite fuzzy. I suppose that, too, was caused by her possession.
Then maybe...
So you do understand. That whole yokai business was entirely of her own making.
Yeah, why is he petting it like that? Now, wait a minute. Although that yokai evidence wasn't there until after she discovered the crime scene. Did she leave those black feathers and strange tracks there herself?
No.
Apollo, let's ask Mayor Tenma about Jinxie's episodes the next time we talk with him. Okay, I don't trust this guy, but alright. So now we're gonna open the chamber, I believe. Okay, so LaBelle said Jinxie has... I'm gonna call them, well, possession episodes. Seems like sleepwalking. And claims she is possessed by Tenmataro. I think that's enough to say. Okay. Hey, we're trying to conduct an investigation here. Come back later once we're done. Oh well. Guess we'll have to find a way to kill some time. Oh. Let's go talk to Mr. LaBelle while we wait. Okay. There was something I wanted to ask him anyway. You're looking for Mayor Tenma's aide. I saw him in the garden. We won't be here much longer. Go keep that narcissist company in the meantime. Sigh. Oh, okay. So I guess we still had something else to say. I keep doing this. Do we want to show him the goddamn statue? Am I showing everybody the fucking statue? And I keep not thinking to present it? What are we doing here? No, the letter! I'm sorry. I keep forgetting I'm supposed to show stuff to people, okay? I'm sorry, alright?
What is that?
It's the blackmail letter, but it wasn't sent to Alderman Kyubi. It was sent to Mayor Tenma.
And? Your point being?
Someone took the letter from the mayor's briefcase, and then placed it in the alderman's pocket after he was murdered.
Oh, you don't say.
You wouldn't happen to be the one who made the switch, would you? After all, you're the only one who knew that the blackmail letter was in his briefcase. We're just asking him straight up? So naturally you...
Perhaps that shot of cologne will make those scales fall from your eyes.
Or my eyes fall from their sockets.
Is it possible that you would like to frame me as a potential suspect? What would make you raise such an outrageous allegation in the first place? Well... My only crime is being born as beautiful as you see here. In other words, you have nothing. My eyes! Now, let me show you what to do with this garbage. You can't destroy evidence like that. What do you mean I can't? I just did. Feel a little lighter now? He fucking ripped it up? You've just won a one-way trip to the top of my most annoying people ever list, buddy. Are we done with your silly questions now? I'm a very busy man, you know. I guess that's it for now. He didn't actually destroy it. He actually fucking destroyed it? Oh my god. Okay. What do I do with that? Hello, LaBelle speaking. Really? You wish to carry my new product at your store? Oh, but I'm afraid it's my own private brand. It's not available to the public. What? Then I shouldn't advertise it on TV? But I don't understand. As the embodiment of beauty, it is my duty to announce my good looks to the world. Stop the bus. I'm getting off. Everyone wants my exclusive Je suis la Belle brand products. It's the crown jewel of my collection, born of my long, relentless pursuit of beauty. But now that it's become so popular, it's been an absolute nightmare. You don't say. Well, they can't have it. It's just for me. It's not meant for you peasants. Peasants? This is my latest product. I'm calling it Couleur Me Belle. Couleur Me La Belle. A dazzling hair color that you can wash out with just water. Guess that means you can't sweat. I have 7 colors in all. You can find out more in my commercials and magazine ads. Yet it's not available to the public? Great sales strategy there, genius.
Come to think of it, Mr. LaBelle, your hair color's changed since the last time we met.
The little lady has quite the discerning eye. Here's a little sample. Consider it a gift for one who truly appreciates beauty.
Oh, Apollo, what should I do?
Better take it before you get a face full of cologne.
Good point. Wow, thanks, Mr. LaBelle.
Okay, hair color that washes out with water. It's Florent LaBelle's own brand and isn't available to the general public. This is gonna be the thing that takes him down. This is gonna be the key item in this case. I already know it. It's not available to anybody but him. Only he can use this item? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so LaBelle destroyed the blackmail letter. Great. And then LaBelle gave us hair coloring that only he has access to. Been advertising it on TV, but isn't selling it. Okay. Okay, let's head over to the Fox Chamber. We've still got to find the secret mechanism for opening the chamber. We're doing it, chat. We're doing it! Why even give the letter to him, Apollo? I know! Why would you give the... And then he's just telling him, like, I think you're the one that did this. Pose episodes. Possession episodes. Just wandering down every street in insert city here, showing random bystanders your statue. It's the only way to get to the bottom of this mystery. Exposing my statue to the masses. Okay. Let's find that secret mechanism for opening the Forbidden Chamber.
This is so exciting. I can't wait to see how it works. But do you really think the killer entered the Forbidden Chamber?
We'll just have to open it to find out.
We should also see if there was anywhere the killer could have hid in this room.
Right.
Let's get started. Apurate, Apollo, apurate!
Not sure what that was. Okay. I guess we'll look at the door. Still no keyhole, huh?
Yeah, and the door won't budge, just like those spiky bangs of yours.
Well, all it takes is some water, but I don't think that would work on the door.
Oh, I know. I'll break it down with a body slam.
Haha.
I seriously doubt you could do that.
How do you know if I haven't even tried?
No, wait, don't!
Ah!
As much as you hate losing, Athena, I think the door would win this match. Okay. And somewhere to hide, huh? Under the table! Behind the door? Behind the statue?
Doesn't this Tanuki statue remind you of the mayor's caretaker, Phineas Filch?
This raccoon-looking thing? It does look like him.
Oh, I just got the best idea. We should knock it over. It might transform back into Mr. Filch.
Mr. Filch is mischievous, but he's not magical, you know.
Way to waste a brilliant idea, Apollo.
Okay. Oh! What's that? Oh. It won't let me look at it. But there's a bunch of broken stuff right there.
I just remembered this mystery novel I once read. The murder occurred in a locked room. And the perpetrator made sure to hide behind the room's door when it was opened. Then, when no one was looking, he made his escape.
Oh, what the hell? A clever trick, but it would have been impossible in this case. See this broken Tanuki statue here? The door must have banged into it when it was opened.
Oh, I get it.
The killer couldn't have been there because of the statue. Well, what about the other door? What about this door? The statue's moved. Better take a look behind this door, too. Oh, look. The doorknob banged into the wall. Made a big dent, too. Oh, interesting. That wouldn't have happened if the killer had been hiding there.
Right. I guess that rules out the old hide behind the door trick.
Okay. So, not behind the door. But what about the screen? Two foxes standing back to back are depicted on this elegant folding screen. Could this have something to do with the keyhole? Wait a minute. Two foxes. There are two fox statues in front of the Forbidden Chamber as well. Oh. Maybe the keyhole will appear if we do something to this folding screen. But I don't see anything unusual about it. It does have two foxes on it, and there are two fox statues in front of the door.
Maybe there's a clue somewhere in this room. Let's turn the whole place upside down.
She's as excited as a kid in a candy store. Okay. I guess let's look at the statues. I like the way Athena thinks. I like Athena so far. Oh, apurate means hurry up. Okay. I figured from context clues. So is that Spanish? Because I know andale pues. Is it like a Latino language? Oh, it is Spanish. I've never heard of that. Apurate? Apurate. Yeah, andale and apurate have the same meaning, but andale is more informal. Okay, I see. Apurate is like the more formal way to say it. Okay. I've never heard of that. There's a carving of the nine-tailed fox over the door, and statues of him on either side. The way those two statues are glaring, it's like they're guarding the door from us. Come to think of it, there are two foxes on the folding screen as well. It can't be a coincidence, can it?
Hey, this statue moves.
Don't get carried away now. I mean, who knows? It might trigger a trap.
I can handle it. If a spear comes shooting my way, I'll snatch it out of the air. After all, I have the reflexes of a regular karate kid.
I guess if you can catch something that fast out of midair, you can accomplish anything. Still, there might be something to the fact that these fox statues rotate. Maybe there's something around here that shows the position they should be in. Okay. Well, the shiny statue. Oh, and there's the spear and everything. There is a fox painting. I can't look at it though. Okay. There's this stuff above the door. Weird. A clue about how they should be facing. To be fair, Andale pues is a Mexican thing, but in El Salvador we tend to use apurate. Okay. It's always interesting learning about the differences in how Spanish is used in different countries. And we'll even have, like, different words that we use, you know. This statue originally depicted the two yokai holding up a cup in a gesture of goodwill. Maybe Alderman Kyubi was planning on smoothing things over with Mayor Tenma, but he was murdered instead. By somebody who intervened. The mayor was only pursuing the municipal merger because he'd been blackmailed. Who knows? If this murder hadn't occurred, maybe they could have come up with a solution. Okay. I'm just gonna have to look at everything just to figure this out. Regional differences, yep. Look, trophies. This one was awarded to Alderman Kyubi. The Amazing Ninetales Yokai Div winner. Tenma Town Pro Wrestling Tournament. Oh, division. Yokai division. I didn't know you could have a division of one. Apollo, you should enter the tournament next time. And I have the perfect name for you. The Mysterious Firebrand. A mild-mannered masked lawyer by day, demonic masked wrestler by night. No one's going to hire a masked lawyer, Athena. I don't know, maybe. Maybe. A silly nickname for a kid in El Salvador may be a curse word in Honduras. Yeah. Yeah, stuff like that. You'll say something completely innocent, but in another Spanish-speaking country that could be slang for something. Yeah. There is a cliff outside this window. Makes it pretty impossible to get out this way. When I hear things like that, it just makes me want to try. Never say never, right? I bet I could get out this way. No, wait! Do you have a death wish or something? It won't even open wide enough for me to squeeze through. Guess I lost that bet. That loss just saved your life. Okay. Maybe the killer hid under the table. I thought about that for 1 second. That would be a terrible hiding place. The alderman's body would have been right above. Maybe you're right. Guess the underside is a bit... Wait, there's something under the table. Let's check it out. What? Oh. Oh, it's the top part of the statue! Hey, look! There's something down here. It looks like a piece of something. Only question is, a piece of what? Oh, I know. It might be a piece of the statue. Remember what Jinxie said? Yes, I know. They were supposed to be friends! The statue originally depicted two yokai holding up a cup. It was a symbol of goodwill. So this piece broke off and rolled under the table? Okay, statue updated. A token of goodwill made in secret. Jinxie is the only one who knows what the original looked like. We have the bowl in the photo now.
Well, I can't think of anywhere else to look. You find anything, Apollo? We'll never find the keyhole to the Forbidden Chamber at this rate. There's something about that folding screen. You know how those fox statues in front of the Forbidden Chamber move? That screen might be a clue as to how we're supposed to position them or something. Okay, I was thinking the screen. I bet you're right. Let's go over that screen with a fine-toothed comb.
Okay. Well, let me save real quick.
It's been a minute!
Okay, Bob. Okay. Yeah, so now we have the bowl.
Interesting.
Well, let's look at it again, shall we? On closer inspection, I think there's more to this screen than meets the eye. Let's check every last inch of it. I can rotate the folding screen with R. If I spot anything of interest, I can press A to inspect further. You can also zoom in and out with X and B to get a better look. Let's check every last inch of it. Oh! What's this? Looks like a keyhole or something. Think it could be the keyhole to the Forbidden Chamber? Oh, it's just a picture.
Still, you know what they say. A picture's worth 1,000 words.
Then we have key symbol. It's a picture of a key. That shape looks awfully familiar. It's shaped like the Forbidden Chamber's key. Wait, what about that keyhole drawn on the center of the screen? You think the two are related?
Key in a keyhole? I just got an idea. If we fold the screen up just right, the key and keyhole should overlap.
I think you're right. Let's give it a try. Yup, this is what I figured. Ah. Oh, and then the door opens. Interesting. Look, a door.
Yeah, and it's open.
The two foxes are facing each other. What if we made the fox statues face each other? Mm-hmm.
Apollo, let's go check out the two statues.
Okay, help me move the two statues so they face each other, just like the screen. Oh, wow. Oh! Whoa! Look, a lock appeared.
Now we can use the key.
Here goes nothing. Are they gonna release the demon?
Worked. Time to see why this chamber's so forbidden.
What secrets could it hold, I wonder? This is gonna, like, place a curse on both their bloodlines for the rest of time. This is why Apollo gets blown up in the later games. The Forbidden Chamber. These doors need some serious oil. And y'all need a serious flashlight? Why are we not going into dark places and not having a light? Who does this?
Ah, that was like nails on a chalkboard.
Oh, right. Forgot about those super good ears of yours. Oh, they can see. I see something from the bell in here. Oh my. Look, more feathers. Whoa. Ah! And he's carrying that spear. One of them is missing. One of the spears is missing. Oh. There's so many clues in here. What the heck is that? Is that a Tenma Taro statue? But there's something odd about it.
All I know is I don't like it, but I can't explain why.
You okay, Athena? You look kind of pale. You're not scared, are you?
What, of this thing? Don't make me laugh. Heh.
Really? Hey, look.
What? What is it?
Over there on the left, there's a bunch of staves on that rack. I mean, staffs? They kind of look like the staff we saw earlier.
You mean the one Jinxie said she saw Tenma Taro carrying?
Yeah, I bet our Tenma Taro impersonator really did come in here at some point.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's search the place.
There's so much to look at. This boy is sloppy. I'm gonna go for this immediately. Inside is just the alderman's man cave where he watches football. That would have been great. What's this? Whatever it is, the packaging is really gaudy. That's a hand cream. The fact that there's no dust on it means it hasn't been here very long.
Oh, it's hand cream. Let's see what brand it is. Je suis la belle?
LaBelle? What the? But then, wouldn't that mean Mr. LaBelle was here?
I guess so. But why?
Well, whoever was dressed up like Tenma Taro must have taken a staff from here in the Forbidden Chamber. And that same person probably dropped this hand cream at that time. Why did he have hand cream with him when he was murdering somebody?
In other words, the Tenmataro impersonator we're looking for is none other than...
Laurent LaBelle. This might be a big break for us in court tomorrow.
Now all we have to do is get the truth out of Mayor Tenma.
Alright, hand cream added. An item that was recently dropped in the Forbidden Chamber. It bears the Je suis LaBelle logo. Alright, that was the big one. We got the feathers here. If only we knew someone who was really gaudy. Right. He needs to moisturize. Oh, he needs the moisture and soft skin to commit crimes, Bishy. Maybe he should get good. And commit crimes dry and hard. Alright, we're done. We're done. We're done. Oh. That was not a good sentence, was it? Oh, God. Okay. Not a good sentence. Huh? Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I said that. You know what his brand name means in French? It just literally means I am LaBelle. Yeah, je suis. Yeah, yeah. I am LaBelle. Wow. I don't like that I said that. It just kind of came out on accident. What was I writing down? Okay, we opened the Forbidden Chamber. Actually, I'm just gonna make a whole section for Forbidden Chamber. So we found LaBelle's hand cream in there. So he was in the room. The staff he took came from this room. We know that. Okay. Anyway, clues. Black feathers. They look exactly like the ones in the Fox Chamber.
That means the killer must have been in here at some point. The question is, why?
Maybe the Tenmataro costume was hidden in here. I mean, if someone carried it through the manor, it would have stuck out like a sore thumb.
But when did the killer get in here?
The mayor snatched the Forbidden Chamber key when the killer hit him on the head.
That means the killer could have only gotten in here before the murder.
This is one tough riddle, all right. Okay. So LaBelle must have went in the chamber before the murder and not after. So he couldn't have hid it in here after the murder. The key was swallowed by Damien. Damien, darling. Okay. There's a bunch of staves here. Looks like one's missing. The Tenmataro Jinxie saw must have taken it.
I'd have to agree. These look like the one Detective Fulbright showed us.
Why do you think there are so many?
Maybe they're spares. Tenmataro might be absent-minded or something. But the fact that he has spare staves handy, well, it shows that he's aware of his faults and trying to deal with them. Or at least that's my take on it.
Maybe this will remind her to deal with her own faults. But I won't hold my breath. Wow. So then we have... Thank you for the clip. Or should I say no thank you for the clip? Here hath Tenmataro been imprisoned forevermore! Gotta head out and get some sleep like this. Well, I hope you have pleasant dreams. And appreciate you being here. It's always a nice time having you around, friend. So I hope you have a good one. And we'll see you next time. Good night. Good night. Don't let the Tenmataros bite. Unless you want them to. Looks like a gravestone or something.
It reads, "Here lies Tenmataro, age 80. Cause of death, choked on a chicken bone."
What? Say it ain't so. Besides, that sounds more like an autopsy report than an epitaph, if you ask me. Wait, you're joking around because you're scared. It's your coping mechanism.
I'm not scared. Freak out central, right here, baby. Cut it out, widget.
Denial is strong in this one. Okay, she was just fucking with me. God damn it. Fooled again! A stone lantern. Damn my autism! Taking everyone face value and literally! Like those Japanese garden lamps? Where's the switch? Lamps like these are lit by fire, not electricity, so there's no switch.
Oh, here it is.
What?
It was hidden out of sight.
I see Tenmataro's cell has been outfitted with all the amenities a yokai could want. Yeah, I see the scroll right there in the middle. Very obvious. Whoa, that's one big statue. Must be something like 15 feet tall. And look, this Tenmataro has a staff. But the Tenmataro in the scroll didn't have one. Right. I wonder why. I feel like this could be significant. But why? Oh, okay, I see how it's gonna work. So, LaBelle goes in here, and probably, yeah, there was probably a Tenmataro costume in here. He puts it on. He sees that the statue has a staff, and so he thinks to be accurate to the yokai, he has to carry a staff. But, in reality, Tenmataro does not usually have one, so only someone that was in this room would know that he would have a staff because of the statue. So that's another way to prove that LaBelle was in this room. We have the hand cream, and we have the fact that he was carrying the staff. Because he's probably going to admit to, like, wearing the costume in some form, but he's going to be like, oh, but, you know, I'm not the murderer. I didn't go in the room. And I'll be like, no, you're carrying a staff. And the only way you would think that he has one is if you saw that statue that's in the chamber. I see it all playing out in my mind. Now, if I can pull this off next week when I actually do it, we'll see. We'll see about that. Okay, so anyway, that was a lot that I just said. Okay, so Tenmataro statue. I am not typing right. Okay, Tenmataro statue in the chamber is holding a staff, but Tenmataro doesn't hold one in the scroll. So LaBelle probably saw the statue with a staff and picked one up to look like it, not knowing that he doesn't usually carry one. Just say that. Okay. Let's take a closer look. First, to go around this table here.
Ah, Apollo, are you sure that's a good idea?
Hey, looks like there's some sort of compartment in the base of the statue. Oh yeah, there's a little square.
Don't open it! Who knows what might be in there?
He's gonna open it. Release the demon. Just a big empty compartment. And from all the dust and cobwebs, I'd say it hasn't been opened in a really long time.
That's enough, Apollo. Let's shut it and...
Wait, there is something in here. What? Isn't that that's the little yokai that washes the beans. Azuki something. Looks like some sort of figure, but it's so dusty I can't tell what it's supposed to be. I wonder what it's doing here. Huh. It's Gollum!
My precious. My precious Azuki beans.
A figure that had been left inside the Tenmataro statue. A thick layer of dust and dirt suggests it's been there for some time. Okay. Oh god. When the screen moved up to the face of the statue, I got a little scared. Yeah, he's washing beans. Let me find the name. Azuki Arai. Azuki Arai. That's the yokai that washes Azuki beans. Okay, so I think the scroll is the last thing. But let me write down that we have Okay. There was a secret compartment at the bottom of the statue. Inside we find a little dirty statue. This case is interesting. Looks like an old scroll. There's something drawn on it. Unless I'm mistaken, it looks like an old guy. Some sort of monk, maybe? A monk? What are you talking about? You know, people that take walks in the mountains as a form of spiritual training. Wouldn't that just be a hiker? The guy in this picture doesn't look like he's doing this for fun, Athena. Oh look, there's some yellow thing strapped to his back. Is it them making the statue? Whoa, it's turning into Tenmataro. Huh. What's this scroll getting at? Is this how Tenmataro was born? Well, whatever it is, it's definitely creepy. Okay. We're not gonna add it to anything. Was that it? Wait! There's a little hole! Chat, we found the hole. We found the hole. A little dirty, stinky statue. It's the ambergris! The ambergris. Oh, look. There's an air vent here, too. I guess even forbidden chambers need proper ventilation. But I don't think anyone could reach this one either. Yeah, and there's nothing to stand on around here. I wonder where this vent leads. Well, the Fox Chambers vent didn't branch this way, so maybe it doesn't have anything to do with this case after all. I don't know. I don't know. We found a hole. It might be important. Okay, so there's an air vent at the top right of the room. Very small. Were they saying it was small? It looks small. But they didn't say it was. They just said you can't reach it. Okay. Doesn't look like you can reach it. It's gonna be important. You know it is. Guess that about wraps it up. What now? We should probably talk to some of the witnesses again. You mean like Mr. Filch and Jinxie? Yeah. I really want to ask Mr. Filch about the village superstitions in Tenmataro. Alright! Probably the foyer. Yeah. Jesus Christ! It's the curse! The curse! The curse of Tenmataro! Ah! You outsiders are ignoring them superstitions at our peril! Mind your own business, will ya? Is he punching us? What is happening? Youch! What's all this about a curse? Tenmataro's gonna curse us all unless you stop sticking your nose where it don't belong! Stop the investigation! Listen to what them superstitions say! Right, how about obeying the law before you go obeying the superstitions? Huh? Hey, what are you doing with Widget around your neck? He's mine! No, Widget! You know better than to go around stealing people's stuff like that. The same goes for my bracelet. Oh my god, I just noticed. Sorry. I promise I won't do it again. You can't trust the promise of a thief. He almost kidnapped my sweet little Widget. The big jerk! I'm sorry. You're not sorry if you're gonna look at me like that. I guess you can't teach an old raccoon dog new tricks. As long as we have him here, I guess we should ask him about what happened. I don't like when he looks like that. I can't believe you did that. It's one thing to steal a pair of shoes, but to steal Widget? Grr! Yipes! Mercy! I can't seem to control myself. It's that thieving blood running in my veins. Thieving blood? What's that supposed to mean? Glad you asked. The infamous bandit Azuki Kozo was my grandpappy. Take a gander at this. Oh, That's the statue. That's the little figurine we just saw. What? What exactly am I looking at? Looks like another one of those yokai to me. It's none other than the Azuki Kozo. Azuki, huh? Robbed from the rich to give to the poor, he did. And he'd leave one of these figures at the scene of the crime. What's more, I'm his grandson, because he was my grandpappy. So something was stolen from the chamber. Wow, you don't say. Thieves' honor, it's the honest truth. Ah, the sloshing sound of Azuki beans scraping together in the dead of night. It's the magical sound of dirty money getting washed clean for giving out to the poor. I'm Azuki Kozo, washer of money, giver outer of wealth, reborn. Forget the money. You should be washing yourself of this nasty habit. Wait a second. This figure looks familiar. Yes, it looks just like that old dusty figure we found in the Forbidden Chamber. Okay. Apparently it's something a certain thief leaves at the scene of a theft. Right. Okay. So, let's do a little note to this one. So, the statue is left behind after Azuki Kozo, Filch's granddad, steals something. So maybe he stole something from the chamber. A long time ago. Okay. Got it! Hey! What are you doing with that there figure? Oh, this? We found it in the Forbidden Chamber. Looks like it'd been there practically forever. Would mean my grandpappy broke into the Forbidden Chamber way back. Hey, that reminds me. He once told me there's treasure in that there chamber. Treasure? What do you know about the treasure in the Forbidden Chamber? Only that it's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there. There's something amazing in there? Didn't see anything like that, though. Your oh, maybe that's what LaBelle was after. And how he convinced Filch to join him was to get the treasure out of that room. Your grandfather didn't by chance already steal it, did he? Seeing how there was one of his figures in there, that just might be. That's Grandpappy for ya. Bet he washed that treasure up real good before handing out to the poor. Oh, of course, because he was so righteous. Okay. So, Filch's granddad told him there was treasure in the Forbidden Chamber. Maybe that's what LaBelle was after, and how he convinced Filch to help him. Because I think they're both in on it. In court, you mentioned seeing Tenmataro near the scene of the crime. Sorry, I didn't come clean right away, but them superstitions got the better of me. The people of Ninetailsvale sure seem like a superstitious bunch. I'm not surprised you wouldn't want to talk about seeing Tenmataro. Darn right, them superstitions scare me out of my wits, I tell ya. That's why I'm gonna do exactly what they say from now on. So you plan on staying here in Ninetailsvale? Yep, I'm gonna keep living right here and keep with the old ways, just like Grandpappy did. Them superstitions are like a rulebook to me. Wait, so you're saying you actually believe in those old wives' tales? Ain't you been listening to a word I said? You're going to do exactly what them superstitions say? I say that's baloney. Oop. You're gonna make me think during an investigation? How dare you? Okay. Oh, here we go. Do not gaze upon Tenmataro. Do not tell others if you see him. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul. But there's one way to save it. Your immediate departure. Ah. So he's supposed to leave the village because he told other people about seeing Tenmataro. I'm going to show that. It's clearly written right here. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul. There is one way to save it. Immediate departure from the village. Ah. So according to this, you shouldn't even be here, let alone talking with us. You said you plan on staying right here in Ninetailsville, but if you really believed in the superstitions, you would have been long gone by now. Wah! I know you've been lying to me. Time to come clean, Mr. Filch. Yipes! You were lying about believing in the superstitions, weren't you? Sorry, but I didn't have no choice. What was the real reason why you couldn't talk about seeing Tenmataro? It's all that pretty boy's fault. Mr. LaBelle, if you know what I mean. He told me not to say a word about seeing Tenmataro. Said if I did, he'd do to me what them superstitions said would happen. So it was Mr. LaBelle who muzzled you. Why would Mr. LaBelle want to scare you into silence? Mr. LaBelle was trying to protect that little maid gal. It was on account of that rumor. The one about her being possessed. That rumor again. Yeah, right. He's not protecting her. I guess we really do have to talk to Mayor Tenma about the possession rumor. Now what? Ouch! Hey, watch it! Village superstition stolen by Phineas Filch. I'll be taking this back now. Kinda like family to me. You could have just asked instead of stealing it. Was that all we wanted to ask Mr. Filch? Okay, so he took the superstition. Take a sip! You got it. Okay. So Filch took back the superstitions book. He said LaBelle threatened him to not talk about seeing Tenmataro. Said it was to protect... Oh my god, what's her name? I immediately forgot. Jinxie. Jinxie from the rumors. Okay. Stay hydrated, everyone. Was that all we wanted to ask him? Yeah, I think that was it. Let's go see Mr. Tenmataro one more time. Just thinking about dealing with that yokai again makes me want to say pass. Okay. Lord Tenma, your attorneys are here to see you, your malevolence. Why are you speaking like that? Oh, Mayor Tenma, you've returned. Yes, well, Jinxie came by earlier to apply a new charm to my head. It seems to be suppressing the demon within me. That's a relief. Maybe we'll actually get somewhere this time. So, what can I do for you today? We'd like to ask about the rumor that Jinxie's possessed. Ah. She allegedly left the yokai evidence at the scene while under a demon's power. At least that's what the prosecution is going to claim at tomorrow's trial. Huh? Oh! No match is this warding charm for me. Ah! The charm! Tenmataro's back. Those foolish mortals. They shall regret blaming that child for my doings. I blew it. That question brought that yokai back. And he probably won't drop the act until Jinxie's name is cleared either. Damn it all! We'd like to ask you about something your aide Florent LaBelle mentioned. Did you know Jinxie is rumored to be possessed? I know not of what you speak. You're not trying to protect Jinxie, are you? I, Tenmataro, demon lord of the yokai, protect a mere mortal? No affections do I possess for your race of humans. Please, we already proved there was a third party disguised as a yokai at the scene. But if you deny that tomorrow, we'll never be able to clear Mayor Tenma's name. But I have already told you. I know not of what you speak.
I don't think we'll get anything more out of him. It's all over unless we can somehow prove that Jinxie didn't plant the yokai evidence. Hey, Apollo? I think I've got this one. I think I can prove that she didn't do it.
Really?
Sure. I should be able to use psychology to explain that whole possession thing.
Knock yourself out. Fina's really something.
I can really count on her when it counts. Mayor Tenma, Jinxie isn't possessed. I believe her so-called possession episodes are a form of somnambulism, which is sleepwalking.
Somnambulism? You mean sleepwalking?
Yes, I believe she's exhibiting a rare form of the disorder. It's usually brought on by repressed stress. Mr. Mayor, didn't her symptoms start soon after she began her job in Ninetales
The child visited last. She did speak of dreading yokai and how they rob her of sleep each night.
I knew it. That lack of sleep is causing her to enter an unconscious state, and that means she can't be trying to protect you, at least not on a conscious level.
So, the Tenma Taro that was spotted at the manor wasn't Jinxie. Sleepwalking, huh? That would indeed explain the matter.
Look, Tenma Taro's spirit. It's left the mayor's body. Can you tell us the truth now, Mayor Tenma?
Very well. It's the least I could do for a superb exorcist such as you. Exorcist, yes.
Mayor Tenma, you didn't leave those feathers and tracks at the scene, did you?
I did not. Neither I nor Jinxie have anything to do with that. That was the killer's doing, no doubt.
I knew it.
You suspect Florent is behind all this? But why? Did he really want Ninetales Veil that badly?
Can you think of any reason why?
Looking back, he did seem fixated on Tenma Taro for a spell.
Ah, could it be?
Perhaps he was attempting to release Tenma Taro. I don't think so. Because why would he care?
That's crazy. Are you saying that yokai is real?
Whatever the case, Tenma Taro brings nothing but pain and misfortune. It's as the superstitions warn. You must not gaze upon him, nor free him from his prison.
But how can people actually believe that? Well, at least we know who's behind this whole Tenma Taro thing now.
Yeah, I think we need to have another nice long chat with Mr. LaBelle.
Woo!
Your dinner is ready, your malevolence.
Ah, an offering to the Demon King. You may place it right there.
The kitchen crew poured their heart and soul into making it.
Did they now? Souls happen to be a favorite of mine. Just hold the hearts next time.
Yes, your malevolence. I'll remember that. How long is he planning to keep up this yokai charade? Well, we've already talked to Mr. Filch and Mayor Tenma, so why don't we go see Florent LaBelle next, now that we know the truth. He won't be able to claim that the Tenma Taro was Jinxie or the mayor anymore.
But the real question is, how are we going to get him to admit it was him?
I think we'll have to do that in court, no? Okay. So Jinxie couldn't have been protecting her dad with the feathers and stuff. She sleepwalks, and is not possessed. She sleepwalks from stress. Okay. Okay, now let's practice that again, Filchy, from the top.
Mr. LaBelle was in the foyer at the time of the crime. And when we, heard a scream, heck, what was the next part again?
You have the memory capacity of a flea. This is the 30th time, you know. Now, 100 times more and we're done. What on earth are they practicing? For tomorrow, Apollo!
I cut out for this. Whoopsie daisy.
Oh!
Oh, begging your pardon, Mr. LaBelle, sir. It's just all this practice. Yipes!
Unbelievable. What if you had sullied my outfit with those grubby paws of yours? Did Filch LaBelle's wallet just now?
So, what do you think they're up to this time, Apollo?
Hmm? Oh, it's you two. Eavesdropping, are we? You peasants are so tacky. Well, what do you want with me? Your confession to being the Tenmataro imposter would be nice right about now. Mr. Filch filled me in on a conversation you two had, and about how you told him not to say a word about seeing Tenmataro. Filchy, you fool!
Yipes!
I told you nothing good would come of you running your mouth. So why did you want to keep Mr. Filch quiet like that, Mr. LaBelle? Why, to protect darling little Jinxie, of course. But Jinxie was never really possessed. She was sleepwalking. Being asleep at the time, she couldn't have been consciously trying to protect the mayor. That also means she couldn't have possibly been Tenmataro. Interesting. But where are you going with this? Since you asked so politely. I believe you have a different reason for trying to keep Mr. Filch quiet. That reason would be to deflect doubt away from the one who was really Tenmataro. Now this is getting interesting. Are you insinuating that I'm Tenmataro? So sorry to disappoint, but I'm nothing of the sort.
That's right! Mr. LaBelle even told me Tenmataro. Yow.
I said Tenmataro was Jinxie, you fool. I didn't even see what he said. Mr. LaBelle even told me Tenmataro was a jinx, so why would he Honestly, you have the memory capacity of a flea. Practice it 100 more times.
Yipes!
So, have you been called to testify tomorrow? Yes. And I'm so looking forward to my courtroom debut. But you'll just have to wait until then. Oh, I'll be waiting. With a special piece of evidence I've been saving just for you. Filchy, wake up, you lazy bones!
Huh? What? Was I sleeping? Must have been that sweet cologne of yours, Mr. LaBelle. Made me right sleepy, it did.
Well, it's time for your lesson on what to do and say tomorrow.
Oh, I'm begging ya, not another lesson. I ain't cut out for this thinking and remembering stuff. Ah! Right up the schnozzle.
Keep quiet and do exactly as I say.
No, please! Anything but another lesson!
And this is not suspicious behavior that we can, like, tell the cops about?
There they go. Missed our chance to get the truth out of him.
He's not gonna tell us! We're gonna have to put him in the courtroom! He's gonna have to freak out!
Yeah, but we'll get the proof we need in court tomorrow, one way or another. All that's left now is that lie Jinxie told. We'd better go clear that up before tomorrow. You think they're done questioning Jinxie? Maybe. Let's see if she's over on Yokai Lane shopping for more charms. Oh my goodness. Right.
Accursed nine-tailed fox. The time for settling the score is nigh. My grudge has but festered over time. At last vengeance will be mine. She must be possessed. Sleepwalking again.
Maybe if I speak softly, I won't startle her and get a charm plastered on my forehead. Psst! Jinxie! Jinxie!
Huh? Oh, hello, Mr. Demon Lawyer. Ah, my charms must have fallen off again.
Phew. Guess I can avoid a charm slap by toning down my cords of steel.
Are they done questioning you, Jinxie?
Well, she's here, ain't she?
done questioning you? Yeah, what do you think? What do you think, ma'am? Uh-huh. And on the way back, I stopped here to buy a new charm that was just released.
Yeah? Which one?
Oh, the one with the nine-tailed fox and Temataro. It shows them dancing together.
Oh. Really? Really? Two bitter rivals dancing together?
Uh-huh. It's a charm for rebuilding burnt bridges.
Oh, right. For the municipal merger issue.
No,
It's for the demon lawyer and the insomniac prosecutor. It'll stop you two from fighting like you did in court this morning. We weren't fighting. It was just a spirited debate. It's what we lawyers— Ah!
no fighting.
Charm slapped again.
Apollo, if you're done playing around, let's find out what she was lying about.
Laying around? Whatever, man. Whatever. Jinxie, it seems like you're starting to remember things. You already said the feathers and tracks weren't there when you discovered the crime. Have you remembered anything else that seems important?
Like what?
Tell us what you saw that day. Maybe you'll remember something else this time.
When I opened the door, Papa and Alderman Cuby were collapsed in the fox chamber. That's when Papa told me to call an ambulance and the police.
He was awake?
That's all he said before he passed out in the chair.
Oh. Oop! I knew it. She's holding something back. Oh. I forgot how this works, sorry. Perceive! You are being perceived. You thought you were perceiving me? I'm perceiving you right back! Oh shit, I'm supposed to be perceiving. Oops! Okay, let's look at her face. I think it's gonna be to the first thing. Oh, it's the finger trembling right here. I saw it. Oh, shoot. I said stop because I thought maybe it would just skip ahead. Okay, well, that's fine. It's gonna be to the first statement. It's gonna be her finger trembling.
Gotcha!
Yeah. You were very nervous when you said, "That's all he said," weren't you? I know, because I saw your fingers move as if you were going to slap someone with a charm.
Huh?
Listen to me, Jinxie. This is very important. Did Mayor Tenma say anything else to you?
It was nothing. He was just talking in his sleep.
Talking in his sleep? So you admit that he did say something else?
How could you tell? Only a demon could have such powers.
Some people would say a bracelet that squeezes your arm when it detects someone lying is demonic, but... Some people. Not me. So sniffly today. Okay. What you remember?
Like I said, he was just talking in his sleep. I mean, why else would Papa say something like that?
Could you be a little bit more specific?
Before he fainted, he said,
Oh, her crying.
"Forgive me, Jinxie. I killed Alderman Cuby."
Huh? He said, what?
The mayor actually confessed to the crime? But he didn't mean it. He couldn't possibly have known what he was saying. He was probably possessed, or maybe he was in the middle of a nightmare.
A nightmare? No, this is a nightmare. This is one statement I wish I'd never heard. What in the world are we going to do now? The hell? Return to the basics? That's right. Always believe in your client, no matter what happens. That is a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. Okay, so do I believe in my client that he didn't kill a man, or do I believe in my client when he said he killed a man? You know? Right. Just believe in my client, even if all I can see ahead is darkness and despair. Okay, well, he didn't. We know he didn't do it.
Jinxie, does Prosecutor Blackquill know about your father's confession?
I didn't mention it when he was questioning me. I mean, there's no way Papa's the killer.
Why would the mayor confess like that?
Could he really have been dreaming or simply delirious?
Pinky.
Oh my god. You scared me, PC man. Oh, you're going to bed. Off to bed. I should have gone to bed an hour ago, but alas, well, yeah, Friday off. Just gotta get through tomorrow, you know. Well, good night, PC man. I think we're reaching the end of this too, so we'll probably be ending stream soon. We'll see. I think we only have like a few more lines, honestly. Well, this should be the end of the investigation. Either way, good night, PC man. Thanks for being here. We'll see you later.
Who knows? But I sure feel like I'm in a living nightmare right now. Apollo, what are we going to do about tomorrow's trial? The crime scene was locked tight until Jinxie arrived, and our clients even confessed. Not only that, Jinxie's been accused of planting the yokai evidence. Both the mayor and Jinxie are going to prison if we don't do something.
I know. Well, let's see here. Our lack of a third party in the locked room is a major problem. Jinxie has testified that when she first opened the door, Alderman Cuby and Mayor Tenma were the only people she saw in the Fox Chamber.
The real killer must have been hiding in there as well.
Considering the room was locked tight, that's the only logical explanation. Okay, we need to know this. So, Jinxie said her dad spoke to her when she first went into the room. Told her to call an ambulance, but then confessed to murdering the victim. Okay. So the only explanation for the locked room is the killer was hiding.
Our mystery person must have then fled the Fox Chamber when it was opened, and that's when Jinxie saw what she thought was Tenma Taro.
Right. So I think he was locked in there.
But Papa and the alderman were the only people there. I didn't see anyone else.
What's going on here? Belle's extremely pale, but he's far from transparent. So just how did he hide himself at the scene of the crime? Well, he wears weird clothes. Maybe he, like, made a disguise and looked like furniture or something. I don't know. His suit even looks like a blanket. No?
Whatever it takes in court tomorrow, Apollo. We have to take down that dirty, rotten Tenma Taro Florent LaBelle.
Right. We'll get him with a legal exorcism. Justice style. He squirted perfume in everyone's eyes. My eyes! To be continued! Okay, great. There we have it. That is the end of Investigation Day 2 and the end of the stream. Let's save. Alright, y'all. That's gonna be it for me tonight. Let me just write that note that I think he used his clothes to hide there. Maybe LaBelle. I'm just gonna, okay, I have to say this is just a silly idea I had. Not something they actually said in the case. Okay, maybe LaBelle made clothes to look like furniture to hide in the room. Okay, anyway. That's gonna be it for me tonight. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me, chatting with me, or lurking. I appreciate y'all. And I'll be playing more Ace Attorney probably next Tuesday, Wednesday. I will let y'all know what the schedule is next week. And I will be back tomorrow for one more stream this week. I will be playing Date Everything. I've been wanting to play the full version for a while, so we're finally gonna get into it. I've played the demo, and that's it. So we'll have some fun with the dating of the entire house tomorrow. I'll be back at 9:30 p.m. Central Time. But there's my social media if you want to follow me anywhere. Exactly, Panda, exactly. And yeah, be back tomorrow at 9:30 with Date Everything. Hope to see y'all there, but either way, I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for being here, y'all. Good night. Bye.